wanna see you, but you fall apart. Even though you told me to get back your heart, I still spin inside your orbit. Yeah. You say that I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you'll stop and make me have to stay, 'cause I'm floating in your orbit. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space, just my luck. Put me away, you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand. Come on, name, you understand. I wanna stay, 'cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. It's my luck. Put me away, you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand. I wanna leave, you understand. I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. I wanna see you, but you fall apart. Even though you told me to get back your heart, still spinning inside your orbit. I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you'll stop and make me have to stay, 'cause I'm floating in your orbit. Pull me back, take my hand. Come on, name, you understand. I wanna stay, 'cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. It's my luck. Put me away, you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand. I wanna leave, you understand. I wanna stay, 'cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Pull me back, take my hand. Come on, name, you understand. I wanna stay, 'cause I don't wanna walk away. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escape mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of bluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, be true to what we want. Forget how it felt from the outset. Hope history said. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Right, so today we are getting back into, well, the Pro Series. And of course, as per usual, we're up right into week 3. So it's quite entertaining. I can hear myself. Here we go. Much better.
So how you do, that intro was a little bit slow. I'm alright. I'm alright. I said I was wondering why that intro was a little bit slow. You know, usually it's alright, guys. Welcome back. Alright, so you know it's nice and quick and smooth and clean. And this time it was
because it was like
slow.
it's like echo. I'm like But yeah. So well, welcome back to everyone. I hope you guys are ready for the Pro Series. We've got a few games lined up for today. Quite a few teams in the lobby as well. So yeah, just waiting to see if the last few players will get into their place so we can get the show on the roll. And well, yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's action from there on. So, well, it looks like everyone's here, hitting the start button. There we go. So the match is about to get underway. Hope you guys are ready for this. This is, of course, our last week. Next week, we've got the finals coming. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really, really tough. And, well, so far we've seen quite the matchup between the players and the teams to date in the Pro Series. And, well, hopefully that's going to continue on again for today. Well, I believe it will. So, well, on that note, let's hop on over into the lobby. Look at who we've got in this lobby, and then we can take it from there.
Yeah, we've got some nice fat teams in this lobby, I think, and we can expect a nice step up from some of the games. You know, we can expect some serious stuff going into this one, especially, you know, like you said, approaching that finals. Definitely hoping to see some action here from these teams today.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, we've got speaking of the teams, we've got the players there from Gun over in slot 2. We've got the team from Temper in 3, the Natural Killers in 4. We've got the eXiles in 5. We've got Vibe in 6. The Dragons in slot 7. We've got the players from Odyssey in 8. House of Anubis in 9. The team there, of course, from Spaza Six in slot 10. In 11, we've got the team from Exist. We've got Ekasi in 12. We've got Rain Gaming in slot 13. We've got Phoenix Prodigy in slot 14. We've got the Outsiders in 15. Reluctant in 16. And, of course, the players from Blink over in slot 17. So there we go. There we have it. All the teams are here, all 16 of them. And of course, as you can see, the flight path is taking us from Stolber up in that northern section of the map there. And of course, heading straight over towards Primorsk. So we're going to see the teams dropping out in some fairly interesting positions there. And, well, hopefully we're going to see that action.
Yeah, this is a really, really nice flight path, I think, for the teams here. This pretty much gives them access to basically everything they could want. They can drop down in Stalba, Yasnaya, they can get to school, Pachinki, they can go to Gatka, they can go to Laquari, they can drop to George if they want. It's pretty easy to get there. I think the only places that they won't really be able to go is places like Mayalta unless they go for a hike, which we've seen before, like I say, time and again. You know, the teams don't seem to be afraid of actually just taking a bit of a long distance movement just to get to a place where they're comfortable, which is a nice thing. I agree with that. But yeah, I think overall a nice flight path. I guess it will just be determined about how that zone lands, because that's really gonna be what decides where these teams start to move up into.
Yeah, 100% true. As you can see, of course, we've got the players already touching down fairly close to Severny and that outlying area there. The team from Spaza Six, as well as the team there from Exist, jumping up in that northern section. Now we're just waiting to see who's going to go to where and do what. And well, where we will see our first bit of action. We got the players there from Vibe, and the outsiders, of course, dropping in their usual spots as well. Ooh, there we go. So nice little mix-up going around the map here.
This is a very, very comfortable game, I think, for all of these teams. I mean, that flight path was just brilliant. And now the zone landing right slap bang in the middle of the map is going to mean that all these teams can pretty much go to wherever they're comfortable, get into that spot, do their looting, and they don't have to worry about the rotations straight off the bat, which is really, really great for pretty much all the teams. I think we've got like 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4 teams just outside. I mean, they can just take a couple of steps, they'll be across the line, no problem. So this is a nice, comfortable start for these teams, and what I'm really hoping for is that this comfortable start is going to be the propellant for some action, because this means that the teams will be feeling confident. You know, they're like sitting there, they're comfortable. This means they'll be confident, hopefully, and hopefully that confidence leads to some action, leads to some activity, some pushing, and some battles coming super quick.
Yeah, well, Broly already starting it off. They're putting a quick few shots right over towards the players there from House of Anubis. So we saw them rolling, well, just underneath the players here from Gun as they were busy dropping down. And of course, then, you know, making their push right past them once again. And we also see the team there from Vibe and the outsiders getting closer and closer. Ooh, nice. We've got the team there from Phoenix doing a little bit of a punching. I was going for other words, but let's go for that. It looks the same, but, you know, yeah. Punching just sounds better. Punching sounds better.
I think if you had used the other one, we might be sitting in a bit of a different situation here, but the punching is indeed what they will be doing.
Might maybe get a few, you know...
copy strikes or something along those.
Well, yeah, a few strikes here and there. But anyway... Let's move along. We've got the Dragons, of course, over there in South George, right next to the players from Temper, who, of course, we have over in the Georgiapal crates. As you can see, Flacco and company just off in the distance there. And the Dragons having a little bit of a misfire, which is, well, it happens. It's one of those things. It happens. You can't really do much about it. It is what it is. The shots flying back and forth, you know, between them and the wall. Yeah. There we go. Another one.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the wall's just looking extra aggressive. You know, you just got to put it in its place a little bit.
Or it's or the wall is like mocking you or smiling at you or something and catch you offside, you know?
Yeah, if it looks at you wrong, you've got to make sure it knows.
Yeah. That's just what you got to do. And of course, you can see the players here from Ekasi holding up in their position to the south here of, well, Gatka. Well, that is Hunter. We got Frieza off in the distance. And then, of course, now the players here from the Reluctant team making their way around. They're already in Gatka. Ooh, House of Anubis running themselves over. That is it. Thank you so much. They've just officiated the match.
But the best part about that is that the House of Anubis player who ran himself over is literally called Self. So Self ran over himself.
Yep, that is very self-inflicted as well.
Yeah.
So, well, let's go have a quick gander, seeing that there's not much happening on the map at the moment. Okay, I understand why, because he was here with his Vikendi vehicle. Wrong map. Makes 100% sense. Yeah,
that's a bit of a that's a bit of a funny one, to be fair.
Yeah,
he's got his nice little pink Vikendi car parked in the distance there. All right.
Welcome to PUBGMobile.
Yeah. Well, at least they're down there in the military base, so it looks like they're going for those points. Those patchy points. Yep. But, well, in the meantime, we've got Phoenix and the players there from Blink just off to the side of Quarry. We've got 2 teams in South George, that being the Dragons and Temper. We know how Temper likes their South George drops. We've got Odyssey up there in Yasnaya. We've got Gun just here around Shelter. Vibrant in school. We've got Outsiders just in between the Exiles and Vibe. The Exiles, of course, being down there in Pachinki. And, well, we've got the Natural Killers up towards Stalber, and in Lipovka we've got Rain Gaming. So that is pretty much how the map looks at the moment. What's going on at present. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely see how it goes, and you know, hopefully we'll see some more action as we got Mr. Shady now all alone, just running around here trying to get some loot going all by his lonesomes. So hopefully he might maybe just run into some of the players up ahead, which is his own teammates. We have the players there from Spaza Six, you know, just across the bridge, but they've now moved up once again, heading up on in towards well, the Watertown area there. And Ekasi is slowly but surely progressing up towards Pachinki. The Outsiders also, of course, just moving on to the outside of Pachinki itself as well, as you can see on the map there. So now we're just waiting to see what's going to happen. Mr. Cheddar going out on a bit of a patrol there, scanning the area. We've got Phoenix all the way on that western side. The Dragon still over in South George. The players there from Exist now rotating down from Severny, coming in to just across. Ooh, that's not a very lovely sound. Shady's just smashing into something. Yeah, there we go. Whatever. Anyway, we got the team from Gun now also just rotating out of that red zone. So I'm expecting a little bit of action here in, well, on this outlying area of Pachinki.
Yeah, this is actually, I'm interested to see how the zone unfolds actually, because a lot of the time when we see this comfortable zone, we see players getting very, the fact that they're comfortable means that they end up not wanting to leave that position where they're in, which is fair enough. I mean, you know, they stay safe, they've got their loot, they don't really have to do anything because the zone isn't really forcing that. And I mean, when the zone gives you a freebie, why not take it? Sure, that's definitely you know, a good solid argument. But I think one of the things that the other way you could look at it is that is also a sort of complacency in a sense. You know, there's no activity, there's no fighting, and so all the teams remain alive, which is sort of counterintuitive. You know, obviously you want to be taking those teams out, you want to be removing them, moving up the leaderboard, getting yourself the kills. Obviously, you know, there's many different ways to approach a scenario, but what I see a lot of the time, which is very interesting, is that when we get very comfortable zones like this, we often see that sort of swirling effect where the teams start to just swirl around and go towards the center of the zone, which is interesting because that's a phenomenon that we've seen a number of times now, which is quite interesting. So I'm wanting to see if it happens again. I mean, already we can see a lot of the teams sort of becoming relatively centralized. Yeah, I mean, we already have the Spaza Six, Vibrant, we've got Ekasi, Exiles, Outsiders, and Gun all just sort of in a circle around the middle.
Yeah, well, speaking out about circles and middles, the team here from Reluctant putting those hits in towards the Dragons as they now move up in towards zone. Mr. Blade being the first one to get hit. You can see, in fact, the whole team from Reluctant now just opening fire. We got Smitty way off in the distance. Oh, Sleepy getting that hit in on Blade. Here we go. So down they go. And, well, the Dragons are now left with just 3 players. We got Dan, Shek, and Nero now just making, well, their moves on further up in towards that zone. As you can see, the guys from Temper also rolling up. Vibrant also not too far away. So the teams are definitely, as you were saying, you know, getting their spirals on, just loop-de-looping into the zone.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it is that where they end up going.
It is very striking how on point the sort of recursion of this phenomenon is actually, because now I'm just looking at the map right now and we literally have a circle of teams right around the middle. I mean, look at this. It's just teams surrounding the middle of the zone right now, which is great because, I mean, that means we're most likely going to see a whole lot of fights break out right now. But it's just so interesting to see that every time we have this sort of comfortable zone, this is how it plays out.
Yeah, well, the team here from Ekasi already opening fire once again. So the Dragons having a bit of a tough start to this match, because no matter where they go, they are getting shot at by teams all over the place. First, they lose Blade. Now Dan gets knocked. Well, now we just wait to see what is going to happen. Mr. Shek, of course, healing him up behind the shack. So Shek behind the shack there with Dan the man. That's a lot of rhyming for me today, but whatever. Nero coming in. Slowly but surely moving up. Will we see some of those hits now coming in from the Ekasi team? Well, maybe. Oh, there we go. There we go. Dan goes down and once again the vehicle blows up. Yeah. That's what I love
Happy
to
DK
see.
time.
Yeah. Well done to Ekasi. That was a beautiful move. I mean, wow, that was just absolutely fantastic. And Nero is now the only player left for the Dragons. Let's see how far he's going to get. Will he be able to make it? The shots are still flying up. Let's see how far Nero will make it. Will he get away? Or will he drive up into yet another team up ahead of him? Only time will tell.
Yeah. For the moment, though, we've got the zone up there just slightly towards the northwest. And the interesting thing is the fact that the teams rotated in towards the center. Obviously, we always say, you know, being in the center of the zone helps you get into the next one. They've managed to keep themselves in it right now. So they're all inside the zone at this moment, but they're all converging on the center. You can already see the shots start to fly.
Now this is how you know that it's going to be a super tough lobby, or that it already is a super tough lobby, when all the teams have pretty much the same idea when it comes down to the rotations and movement. You know, you see such a large number of teams just pushing up. So you can see here Mr. Sider now getting completely rushed in this compound. He was safe in there for a brief second. Ooh, Gunner now just rushing up, doing a bit of pre-fire, but fortunately for Sidon, he's managed to escape. You can see the shots still flying all over the place. So this is what we love to see. The teams just kind of, you know, knowing where each other are. That's right.
They do know where.
Whatever. Is or that one. I'll just spokes here for quickly.
They are aware of the present location of one another.
Yes, there we go. Thanks, Patchy. Mr. English. There we go. All right. So, but anyway, no, but it's absolutely fantastic to see the shots. You know, the shots between the teams. Like they all know where to kind of expect the opposition. They move up into that spot and then act accordingly, which, you know, of course then results in fantastic things. As you can see, the players here from Reluctant, they are really turning up the heat now. They're getting caught in a little bit of a sandwich here between the team from Vibrant that we've got over towards the south, and of course the players from Temper over towards that northeastern side. But regardless of that, the shots are still flying back and forth, and, you know, the teams are just putting that work in, which is, man, it's lovely to see.
Yeah.
I'm really having fun with this.
Yeah, this is really, really great. I mean, the teams converging on towards the central point not only puts them in such a great position, but it also puts them within range of one another a lot sooner than we usually see. Usually the teams are a little bit further apart. We get one-on-one sometimes. Now we have tons of teams within shooting distance of one another. We already have, you know, Gun riding up on Odyssey here. So Gun and Odyssey sitting here, taking some shots. We've got, looks like Temper and Reluctant and Vibe as well, sort of very, very close together. We've got a lot of teams in proximity, and even the ones that aren't really close can still put long-range shots in if they, you know, sort of get wind of what's happening. So it's really nice to see this convergence. It's nice to see the activity and the movements. That's exactly what I was hoping for in the beginning of this. You know, I said that I like to see when we see that zone being very easy or let easier, a little bit more comfortable. I like to see teams getting active, and that's pretty much what we're getting. The teams moving right into the middle, putting themselves in a good spot, taking the fights, you know, putting the pressure on early, which is brilliant. Like you said, it results in wonderful things. So very, very nice to see.
Yeah, well, what I also like, what's also pretty great is, I think this was what I was trying to get to earlier, is, you know, the teams know where the opposition moves up to, and what I like seeing is the approach that they take to move into those locations where they know the teams are. Yeah. You know? Because it's one thing if you're playing a match without knowing where the other teams, you know, like to frequent and such. You know, it's always that you always got that little bit of an element of surprise. Where here the teams know kind of where to expect the other teams. And what's interesting to see is the approach that they are taking into moving into those areas, you know, to go challenge those teams for that position. Yeah. And that results in absolutely fantastic gameplay, which is, you know, which is just amazing. I love it. It's so great to watch.
Absolutely. 100% agree with you. And, well, we're going to have a look and see that zone is shifting once again, going up to the north. And that is going to mean that a couple of teams do have to rotate their way on up. And, well, it is actually going to be centralized around the Rozhok Bridge here towards the west, which could potentially be a bridge finish. We've seen it here before. Once or twice, so maybe we get a bridge finish, maybe not, who knows. But for now, we'll see all these teams rotating up from the south. Some potential for bottlenecking, maybe some gatekeeping. We will see what happens. Right now we have 57 players still in this one, 16 teams left in this lobby.
Well, we started with 16 teams too, so
exactly. That's the point I'm making.
We still have 16 teams in the lobby.
I mean that's yeah. I couldn't have said it better myself. That's it.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot of teams. In fact, now moving up. All gun pushing in on towards the exiles. We got Vibrant. Oh, I thought they were close to. No, this was Blink. Sorry. I thought they were close to the team there from Reluctant, but it seems like I misread that one. But the Outsiders now taking several hits as they're rolling past the Outsiders. Well, literally rolling past the Outsiders. Well, Reluctant. There we go. Well, Outsiders definitely on a bit of a roll there. As you can see, the players now just up ahead there. The team from Rain Gaming. And of course, they're moving up towards the team here from Exist. We've got in Rozok right there on the side. It's going to be a pretty tough spot for the Outsiders, of course, now to move into. Ooh, quick U-turn there. There we go. That is what we like to see. And all these teams now converging into this position here. This is going to be a super, super tough one once again. As you can see, the team here from Rain Gaming just battling it out. We got Temper, of course, right there with them.
This is a very tight one. I mean, the fact that we have Rain Gaming on top of Temper, Odyssey rolling past Gun, Exiles rolling up on them, we even have House of Anubis rolling past them. This is very, very tight.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. And the Outsiders now getting hit by those, by the natural killers there. House of Anubis putting those hits in. There we go. Now the sounds that I like to hear are starting to ring across the map here, which is absolutely fantastic. Great. Let's see who's going to go up to where. As you can see, all the teams slowly but surely making their way. And let's jump up here to the natural killers and see what we got cooking here with Mr. Sela, Vile, and of course Hippo. It's close to the water once again, as we've seen him frequent.
Yeah, I mean it's basically common knowledge at this point. You know, if Hippo's in the game, there's going to be some water, and he's going to be next to it. So you know, if you want to go looking for him, you'll know where to find him. Just follow the water, and you'll be there.
Yeah, and we've also learned you don't get in between him and the water because
he gets
it's gonna be lobby
angry
for you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. A very unhappy Hippo. Oh, Ekasi now putting a few more hits into towards that team there from House of Anubis. So, well, still 16 teams in play, but we've got 51 players now. You can see Odyssey moving up in the distance. Rain Gaming also now just coming in to render the players there from Spaza Six as well. Yes, over in the water town. And, well, the team here from Exist still on the outside, but Vile now getting hit by Andrew. Oh, that zone, of course, also now shifting up over towards the western side. So it is definitely going to be a super, super interesting zone when it rotates up in towards the next section. But Ekasi doing some fantastic work down in that blue zone.
Yeah. Two players from Vibe were trying to gatekeep them. They got taken out. Now Ekasi's pushing past. They've been trying to do that for a while, but so have Gun and the Exiles and Odyssey, who've been fighting it out there as well. And you can see all of those teams are located in the south, all of them trying to move up into the zone. And the zone still has those bridges in it. A lot of it's part of the river, which means that that's sort of not really ideal spot. So the terrain is reduced even further than that. And the shots, they're happening right now.
Yeah, we got the Outsiders now just sneaking up right behind the natural killers here. Up they come. Ooh, we've got a few more shots now coming in on towards the Temper team as well. So the Outsiders now flanking the team here from the natural killers, moving up bit by bit. You can see Rasta and Bob on this northern approach. And of course, Andrew and Prince coming in from the south. There we go. Ooh, man. Ekasi getting hit by Odyssey and House of Anubis. Oh, Hippo on the welcoming side, rather. Bob now trying to move up in towards the building. Will he be able to get it? Will he get the breach, or will Hippo keep him on the outskirts? Come on. Oh, it's going to be so close. You can do it. Oh, man. So 1 down. 3 to go. I mean, the natural killer's putting up quite a bit of a fight. Up comes Bob once again. Vile getting that hit in on Nigel Prince. Down goes Sela. That's up to Vile and Hippo. Ooh, Bob on the side. Hippo brings some fantastic shooting. Let's see, who do we have left? Oh, that is Andrew in the blue zone, also now on the approach. Andrew seems to have decided to rather rotate and, well, leave those teams to their lonesomes. Of course, rather move towards safety. Let's jump over to me, of course, now from Tempo, who's pushing up there from Spaza. See just up base. We're waiting to see, will they get the, are they going to take them down? Or will we see the team there from GODSENT now moving up in towards their position?
Yeah. Well, who knows? Who knows? We've got quite a number of teams here on the side. You could even see that blue zone putting in the work. Andrew getting taken out by Coco, trying to put the hits in. Nerd going to go down, or Nero going to go down. Gun just off here to the side, we have GODSENT as well as Temper and Spaza Six. So this is a very clustered eastern side, and even still the south, the fights going on down there still looking pretty spicy. Now we'll see if the pincer between Temper and Gun will result in GODSENT getting taken out, or if they'll be able to survive. But for the moment, that zone going to shift into the middle as well. This is going to be tough.
The answer is yes. They won't survive, because down they go. Beautiful grid coming in there from Nos's side. Well, blowing that whole movement right out of the water, as one would hope for. So that was absolutely fantastically done. Now we are left with 12 teams. Everyone else still trying to get up in towards that zone. You can see the players here from Odyssey, of course, right next to the team from Blink. Slowly but surely pushing up in towards zone. We got Vibrant still off on the side now, putting a quick few hits in over towards Phoenix and as well as Gun. So let's see now, will they be able to make it?
Just take a look how absolutely insane the zone is.
It's crazy. Look at that. I mean,
there's literally no, there's like 3 different land masses to play on, and all of them are tiny.
Yeah, but I mean, there's like no space. There's
no
nothing.
space.
Like, where's Hippo? Is Hippo still alive? This is his spot, you know? Like, this is where he will go absolutely ham with the map, Mr. Waterman there. But we got Supreme now rolling up. Let's see, will he be able to get... No, nope, the answer is no. He won't make it. I was hoping he could make it up into wood zone, but that blue zone, of course, now just moving up. His tires also getting taken out. House of Anubis just off in distance here. You can see Reluctant now moving in. The shots in the kill feed just going absolutely insane, as everyone is now just shooting in all directions and everyone else trying it to land those hits, as this is a super packed lobby. And you can see the team here from Reluctant now just trying to find their place, trying to move in. We got the House of Anubis team now on the receiving side, picking off a quick few shots as they try to rotate up. You can see Blink also just off in the distance there, right next to the team from Phoenix. And in fact, well, we've got Vibe also on that same little stretch of land. And of course, on the other side, we've got the players there from Exist and Spaza Six, all making their way around. I mean, this is so packed. We've got no one in zone, seeing that this little piece of land right here is kind of the only piece. Well, Flame makes it up into its zone. And now everyone is battling for the section that is not the zone. Let's see how far they'll get. Oh, Shakes putting those hits into Sleepy. Smitty putting some few hits into Mr. Hulk. Hulk was trying to smash, but he got smashed in the meantime. Let's see, will Asta be able to pull it off? No! Down goes Asta. Now it's up to Shakes. Trying to shake things up a bit. Will he be able to clutch it? We got Youngster also right there with him as well. The team there from Exist still on that little piece of land. Mr. Arrow there. Yeah, we'll see what they're gonna get right.
Yeah, this is insane, man. It just, the shots are absolutely flying at the moment. We've got Blink, we've even got Phoenix and Vibe and Odyssey all down here to the south, fighting, like you say, over nothing, because that zone is moving in, and all these shots just don't matter. At the end of the day, these guys are all gonna get taken out. They're all gonna be caught out inside that blue zone. Everything is just falling apart. There's no space. There's nowhere to go. House of Anubis going to be throwing themselves in the water at this point, because there's no land left. And the only land that is left is all the way there on towards the east, and that's being fought over as well.
Oh, Spaza Six just moving in, getting those heads. Man, they're the only team in zone at the moment. We are waiting for the players there from House of Anubis to come up onto this little stretch of land that we've got left. Because that's all it is. I mean, those are the only two zones. The only two teams, not zones. Only two teams that managed to make it up into a zone on time. You know, this was a particularly tough zone, I must say.
Yeah, this has been absolutely brutal. I mean, the fact that there are 2 teams alive with 2 players each that are on low HP. Everyone, I mean, considering we had so many more teams like a minute ago, and they've all just been consumed by the blue zone and just fighting over nothing, like no land, is just ridiculous. This is crazy.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely insane, man. This is like, yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen a zone this tough in quite some time, I must be honest.
Yeah, but it's nice to see. I mean, it brings out some serious plays out here, and now we've got a 2v2, and we're gonna see if it's gonna be Spaza Six or House of Anubis to pull it out on this one. You can see those grens are flying. They know they have lots to do here to work. It's a tough situation. We're fighting here on an island with all water surrounding us, with the blue zone coming in to do some serious damage. And well, I mean, we've got trees, we've got the smoke grenades, but we've all seen how long that lasts, and it's not very long.
Yeah, and they're doing it island style, so let's see who will be able to clutch it out. Is it going to be Berserk and Deity, or will it be Mr. Helios and Fex? Well, that zone closing up once again, forcing them forward once more onto the brink. Who will get it? Will it be Spaza Six or House of Anubis? The moment of truth is upon us. We shall find out.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to look at it purely stats-based, House of Anubis have a little bit more health. But with that being said, I mean, whoever gets the first drop on one of the teams is really going to be the end. I mean, we've seen things like this before. It really is going to be who sees who first, who makes a mistake, who doesn't make the right decision in this moment. I mean, Sergeant, or sorry, Deity. SG is Sergeant. It's Deity. He's on the top of a hill. And, well, he's got a slight height advantage, but it's very slight.
Sergeant.
Yeah, Sergeant Deity. I mean, from now on, I'm going to stop it because Spaza Six, Spaza Gaming, what, Sergeant. That's the team from now on.
Oh, there we go. Some nice vehicle explosions. So that is one way to start off the final zone. Now let's see that blue zone closing in once again, and Deity sitting quite comfortably in zone fix, and Helios now needing to rush up. Let's see, will Deity spot him? Oh, Fix is trying to move up. Shots flying in. Oh, lovely sandwich coming in there. Oh, Ross.
Oh.
There we go. That is the end. And the winner is House of Anubis. Well done. Helios landing that finishing blow there. Fix, of course, getting taken out by the blue zone. Not before getting the knock into, well, the second last Spaza Six player. I think it was Mr. Berserk. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
anyway,
pretty much, that was the crucial knock. I mean, that was huge.
Yeah.
If I think it was Fex didn't manage to get that knock, it would have been done, because as soon as he stood up and that zone really put the pressure on, they technically were on the back foot, and they could have very easily lost that one. You know, Fex made that split-second decision to start moving immediately because he knew how deadly that blue zone could be, and the fact that he managed to get that knock was huge, because then that allowed, of course, that final player from House of Anubis to just take the fight, and then yeah, it was really down to that one-on-one. They won it, and House of Anubis take the chicken. So well done, well played.
Yeah, very, very well done. And of course, you can see our top three placing teams there. House of Anubis, the players there from Spaza Six, and of course, then, well, Odyssey finishing up in third place. Just scrolling down the side here so you can see some of the placements for the other teams. As we, well, we need to jump up, get the next lobby underway. And yeah, so I think on that one, we're going to see you in the next one, getting round 2 ready, which will be back on the Miramar map. So, yeah, some exciting things about to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see you back momentarily. Let me just, before I push buttons, make sure that, yeah, there we go.
trapped inside this spell. Now I feel it. Now I feel it. Your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel it.
How did you find a way to run from the city of the sun? You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our
you've taken on. I'm out of the cage, 'cause you opened the door. You're as innocent as gold. 'Cause if you're falling for me, just be one. 'Cause I don't think you're ready for it. I'm not the one to mess around. I don't think you're ready for it. Too many people done wrong. 'Cause I don't think you're ready for it. You best believe that time's up. I'm a murderer. You made a mistake, underestimating what we would become. And now an escape is impossible. You're as innocent as gold. 'Cause if you're falling for me, just be one. If you're falling for me, I'm not the one to mess around. The one to mess up. Too many people done wrong.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. All right, so we are getting ready for our second round, heading straight on up in towards that Miramar map. Seems like everyone is in the lobby, so the game has just gotten underway. So you've had to get into that action, see where that flight path is going to take us, what these teams are going to do with it, and well, yeah, hopefully we're going to get some nice early game action once again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean, of
hopefully a
course,
better
we are
zone.
headed up to a bit of a big map here. So it's just a little bit big. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We did see some really nice activity from the teams in the previous one, which was really encouraging. Hopefully, we'll see it again. But you know, as always, it is just going to be down to that flight path, down to that zone. We had a very interesting zone in the last one. I think a lot of players may be feeling a bit frustrated about that one, and that's no surprise. I mean, that was one hell of a zone. I mean, we know that the blue zone is a cold killer, but that was just insane. That was just really merciless down to the last. So very tough spot to play in, and yeah, well, hopefully we'll be moving up into something a little bit less punishing.
Well, as you can see, of course, now speaking about punishment, we've got the teams here. That being the players there from Gun, we've got Temper, we've got the Natural Killers, we've got the eXiles, we've got the team from Vibrant, the Dragons, we've got Odyssey, we've got House of Anubis, the players from Spaza Six, we've got Exist, Ekasi, Rain Gaming, Phoenix, Outsiders, Reluctant, and then, of course, the players from Blink over in slot 17. And, well, drumroll please, there we have our flight path taking us all the way from that southern part of the zone and heading up towards Torre Ahumada. So, yet again, well, this flight path is quite over towards this eastern side, so a little bit limiting there with the reach across the map. But, well, we'll see where these teams move on up into and where they're going to go with it.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to where the teams like to drop, you know, where they prefer to go. There's some pretty decent spots, you know. Los Leones is, of course, there. It's a big one. There's a couple of places that the teams could drop into. I think that perhaps we might just see the teams getting a little bit footloose, yeah, just going on a bit of a hike, seeing if they can get up into some further on positions, such as, you know, Chumacero, maybe getting up into Monte Nuevo as well if they do feel like going up that far. I mean, I'd say getting into a comfortable position might just be a good point for some teams. You know, it might be worth that hike, that time that it takes to get there. So we might just see that come out.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes and what these are going to do with it. So maybe, you know, we'll see some interesting developments.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do. Now we're just having a look at those teams, seeing where they drop. Of course, we are seeing a lot of them heading out just as far as they can make it. The eXile's heading out to Picado. It looks like we've got House of Anubis, Gun, Odyssey just heading off towards the more western area, just pushing out. You can see on the map there. All the teams just trying to get a little bit further away into the comfortable spots, but the zone is going to be falling all the way towards the east. And I mean, that is very, very towards the east, considerably so, to the point where there's quite a lot of water inside the zone, which is obviously limiting the area of the zone slightly. But it's also going to mean that the teams will have to rotate their way on up in towards the east, which makes the western hiking now seeming a little bit less appealing to some of the teams. They don't want to just go too far and then, of course, be caught out on those rotates. So they might just stick around a little bit closer. We've seen, it seems like the teams are actually just keeping themselves within the distance of that that little line there. So interesting.
Yeah, well, we've got a... Well, let's jump up over here to the players from Blink and Phoenix. As you can see, the two teams being fairly close together right up here in the north. So there's some good potential for some shots here. Just waiting to see what it is they're going to do. Will we see Blink moving up over towards Phoenix, or will Phoenix move up in towards Blink? Well, if you blink, you might miss it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, it could certainly be that way. There's a little bit of distance,
Ooh.
and actually, we've got Reluctant just bombing themselves. It seems.
Yeah, they. Well, that's one of those things that happens in the match. You know, it's like you can't always, you know, throw the perfect range. You can try. Sometimes the odds are not always necessarily in your favor, and well, that is maybe what we saw there with the players from Reluctant just now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like one of those it's one of those things that sort of christens the match. You know, we've got the flings, you know, we've got the hide and seek champions, and well, we've got staring at the wall and the ceiling and the sky, and now we've also got the you know, the accidental self-grens. But we do have some action. Natural Killers and the Outsiders going at it. You can see Hippo putting in the shots in towards Rasta. So there will be a couple of shots happening just up there towards water treatment.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, the Natural Killers now just moving up bit by bit. We've got Silla now joining the party there as well. Yeah, as Mr. Hippo and Vile just busy making their way around. Vile now out for blood, trying to find the Outsiders. You can see them now moving in as well. Bob now getting shot at. Shots flying up. There we go. Oh, down goes Vile. Andrew putting a quick one in from the side. Hippo now moving up for some backup there. Andrew getting a thirst in. That was some pretty crazy action. And Bob now pushing up right here towards Hippo. Let's see, will Bob be able to pull this one off?
Well, he very close up here with some of the Natural Killers. We'll see if he can get them down. See if Bob can keep his wits about him, keep those bullets flying. For the moment. Going up towards the roof.
Yep. Oh, there we go. The remainder of the Outsiders, of course, now just rolling up right here behind the Natural Killers. So they're really getting pinned in this position.
Yeah, they're
quite the aggressive push, though.
one.
Oh, there we go. Blink and Phoenix also now battling it out. Just over towards that northern position. So we will jump up into that once we see what's happening here with the Natural Killers and the Outsiders. You can see Bob and company now just pushing up in full force. Hippo getting hit in the process.
Yeah, and now Bob is just moving up here, putting the pressure on. Silla's really going to have to pull the trigger at the right time here. Shots now flying in. Could potentially do something, but there the hits go straight in. That was just deadly.
That was insane. Well played there to the Outsiders. I mean, an aggressive push there. Yeah, that was just absolutely fantastically done.
Yeah. Now we've of course got we've got the players there from Phoenix and Blink up towards Cruz del Val. We'll see if they have some shots to exchange between one another there, or if they'll just continue just to be off to one side and not really engage too much. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, we already know this is the problem with Miramar. It's just so big that you can sit next to a team and still not attack them for quite some time. It happens. Hopefully, we'll see some aggression like we saw with the Outsiders and the Natural Killers there. Otherwise, we might just have to move on somewhere else as the teams start to rotate their way on up in towards that zone.
Yeah, well, the map on Miramar here is a little bit more forgiving in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, you can make a little bit more of a stumble now and again and not necessarily get too much punishment for that stumble.
Yeah, yeah.
But then also that blue zone comes in and catches up with you, you know, if there's quite a bit of ground to cover to get up into wood zone. And Odyssey getting blown up here by the red zone. That is a super tough one. Grim and Supreme now just both looking for their 5 rands. They lost it here somewhere. I don't know where it is. In the grass. You can find it. It's over there. Just missed it. It's here. It's here. Can you see it? But anyway, so off they go. That's a very tough one. You know, that's quite unfortunate when that happens, when that red zone kind of gets that hit in on you. But I mean, that is what it is. That's how the game goes.
I once won a 1v1 against DK that way. It was great. He was about to clap me from behind, and then he just got blown up by the red zone. It was funny.
Yeah, saved by the red zone. But you can see Broly now. We can't really say the same for him. His vehicle, of course, now getting shot at there all the way down from in Picado there, as the teams are just putting in those hits into those vehicles. The gun now just positioning themselves on the outside here. That red zone is still in play. We got Suave now getting hit in the process as well. Risk and Nerf now just tapping it away. And now we just wait and see what is going to happen. Will they be able to get those hits? The red zone, of course, now, well, doing what it does best. You see Gun now just huddling up inside of the building. Got the rain coming in as well. Odyssey now just, well, bleeding out slowly but surely. Ooh, and these bombs still in play.
Yeah, it's a very interesting position to be in when you get caught out in the open with that red zone. But nonetheless, the teams will be moving in. You can see the play there from Blink, putting those hits in at least a little bit towards Phoenix, I think. And a couple of teams now moving up as well. Most of them sitting relatively comfortably inside the zone. A lot of them up in Impala, actually. We've got Ekasi moving up there. We've got, I think it exists, Reluctant. We've got Spaza Six. Now, obviously, they're not exactly close right on top of one another. It is Miramar. The distance is large, but they're there. They're getting in towards the sort of center of the zone like we saw in the previous map, which is great. That's really encouraging to see. That means we're going to see some fights, at least relatively soon, coming up as the zone makes its way on in. Of course, the Dragons moving in from the north as well. Everyone getting themselves nice and safe inside that zone before it starts to move up once again. 58 players, 15 teams. And yeah, it's a pretty comfortable setup so far. Not as difficult as the previous one, at least. Not yet.
Well, yeah, and we're also now just waiting for the players there from the Dragons, and of course the team there from House of Anubis to make their rotation up in towards zone. You still have them on the outskirts. They're slowly but surely making their way in the blue zone, of course, now hot on their heels, forcing them forward. So, ooh, but look at this. Ekasi and Exist also quite close. Everyone now just moving in even tighter into the Impala area here, as you can see, Mr. Coach on the approach. Coming in bit by bit. Here we go. Looking for parking.
Yeah, it's so tough to find parking these days, honestly. You know, especially parking that's safe and secure. You know, you're not going to get your things stolen from you, your bike jacked or something like that. You know, it's really difficult. So I really some parking. In the meantime, you can see the teams really just converging sort of around Minas Generales, Impala area. They're sort of congruing there. We'll see if that comes to any fights, or if the size is still. DK, stop laughing at me.
I can laugh in silence. And we can see the team here from Vibe and Reluctant now putting a few shots in between each other there. Ooh, the shots just flying up towards Yax. He's now trying to rotate up in towards a better position. They're trying to get that vehicle out of harm's way. I still have no idea how to pronounce this player's name. VWICSD. Well, him. This player. There we go.
Wixid. I don't know.
Shooting at Mr. Sleepy now off in the distance. Got Titan. We'll call him John, because we got a Bob, but now we got a John. So there we go.
Yeah, that works.
Yes. So John now trying to put the shots in towards Smitty off in the distance there. Let's see. Will he be able to get them in? Smitty now just trying to move that vehicle up, also moving it back in towards safety. Right, so, well, yeah, the team's making their way in. We got Odyssey also now just moving up into the distance there in Gun, and now moving up, closing in on the team there from Ekasi, as you can see. Let's see what Nerds are going to get up to. Ooh, well, he's trying to get his buggy up the hill. That's not how it's really
crash
designed.
testing.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's something like that. Well, Nerf really trying to move up. You can see Frieza, Sunny, Jasmine, and Hunter, all of them just lying in wait. And the remainder of Gun, of course, now just joining up with them. Ooh, there we go. Ekasi now opening fire on the Gun team. There we go. Shots flying back and forth. We've got Arrow also from Exist just off in the distance. See if he's going to move in to take part in this fight. Oh, Nerf taking a few hits. Frieza just tapping those hits away. Up comes Sunny.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
so
a tough
close.
spot to be in.
Oh, we got Reluctant and Spaza Six also in the guild feed battling it out. There we go. Coco getting knocked and thirsted. So down he goes. 57 players left now. The grenades now flying up. We've got one of the Ekasi players, in fact, actually coming up with a bit of a flank there. As you can see, Jasmine now moving up. Frieza, oh, getting the knock in on Nerf. Berserk now putting those hits in towards Mr. Sleepy. And Smitty blowing up, well, his own vehicle. That's fun.
Yeah, fighting up a mountain is a really tough spot. I'm not too sure why Gun decided to move up here. Maybe they thought this mountain wasn't occupied. They wanted to get that height advantage, but this is a really, really tough spot to be in. Now, Ekasi's just going ham, putting those hits in. They have the height advantage. They can really, really start to do some damage here. You can see that really coming into play.
Oh, down goes Sunny. Hunter now also just here on the side. Quick Thirst coming in. There we go. So Frieza now just getting rezzed up. Ekasi now pushing up aggressively on it to the team here from Gun. Oh, shots still flying up in all directions. Frieza also trying to pop off a quick few hits. Get that hit in. Oh, down goes Pyro. Well, got knocked out. So now we still have Mr. Risks holding up right here behind the side. Let's see. Oh, up comes Jasmine. Frieza sending Gun right back into the lobby. So well done, well played. There we go, some more action. And let's see, we saw some more shots in the kill feed. Let's see if we can find out where that is as well. We've got 13 teams left in this lobby, 47 players still in play. And,
Yeah.
well, quite a bit of a spread still.
Yeah. That fight that Gun took there was a little bit unfortunate. Like I said, taking that uphill gunfight, not really where you want to be. And they took a lot more damage than they could have, or should have at least. They could have easily won that fight in terms of just, you know, if it was on an even playing field, you know, it could have gone either way. But just playing in that sort of height disadvantage makes it really difficult. They took a lot of damage. They got knocked out. And yeah, Ekasi pretty much capitalized on their positioning there pretty well. So yeah, that's that. And now we have 3 teams up in the north. Potential for some fights happening up there. We've got a couple of teams just concentrated around Minas Generalis. We've got some down towards the south as well. We've got House of Anubis Odyssey and the Exiles there as well, just off in the distance from Ekasi. And I'm interested to see where the next zone actually drops, because that's really going to be the big decider of sort of what happens in the next minute or so.
Yeah. Well, you can see the players here from Odyssey. They're about to have the team from House of Anubis just rotating past them. That blue zone, of course, now closing in slowly but surely. Slowly, yes. Slowly but surely. Yes, there we go. So they're moving up. Ooh, House of Anubis. Now, we got Storm rotating up right onto the side. The Exiles just off in the distance there. So let's see who will get the hits. Oh, there we go. So Fex and company now putting the shots in from the side. Pronto moving up. Oh, man, they're making it so confusing to keep track. First it's Storm that's shooting, then it's the other guys up on the hill. They're Pronto and so on. But there we go. So Storm now moving up, about to rejoin, or is Storm going to push in? Let's see. Right, so Storm trying to move right back up in towards the remainder of the team. Odyssey, of course, now just holding their position here. And, well, the zone has shifted up all the way in towards that southern position. We've got Ekasi on the way. We've got Rain Gaming on the way. Blink, the Dragons, and Phoenix, of course, still way up in that northern spot. Oh, there we go. Fex now putting a quick few hits in towards the Odyssey team as they have also as they are also trying to move up over towards the vehicle.
Yeah, yeah. It's not just me today. It's not just me. Yeah, no, it's a tough spot to be in because all the teams have to start rotating in. You can see that's causing a lot of fights to happen down there on the south. House of Anubis putting those hits across as well. In towards the north, we've got teams rotating downward that are also going to be running into quite a bit of trouble here. So these rotations definitely going to have to come in quick and going to cause a lot of fighting to happen across the board here.
Well, just look at this northern section where Vibe is now just getting pushed by the Dragons. Dragons are down to 1. We've got... Oh, no, down to 2. Never mind. But the players here from Blink They are down to their last player, I guess. Yes, Isonini. Ooh, some great shots coming into Shek there, but very low on health. Will they be able to clutch it? No! Blade sneaks up right around that corner with a bit of a jump shot just to send them into the lobby. And of course, we got Phoenix off in the distance. Oh, that was Phoenix. Never mind. They got the finish.
Yeah.
Phoenix got the finish. Well done.
Third-party
Great
hits
finish.
from across the distance. Definitely, we've seen a lot of those coming in. Phoenix actually very prominent with those. I think we saw them doing something similar last time we saw them on Miramar. They were putting in those very long-range shots, third-party hits. So some chaos going down there in towards the south as well as the eXiles exploding House of Anubis. Some serious damage going on down there as all the teams start to rotate up. We've got Odyssey just towards the south of them as well. Ekasi off towards the east. So definitely a lot of fights going on north and south. Some serious stuff going on across the board here. Those hits really coming in here. So this is going to be an interesting one, I think. We've got some teams moving in towards the north, towards the middle as well. You can see those cranes going off now. Everything is starting to get a little bit heated now inside the zone.
Yeah. Yeah, no, well, aside from the fact that we're playing in the desert, it is definitely getting quite heated here. As the players from Rain Gaming and Exist are now just pushing up on each other right here in the junkyard. Clutch getting hit there by Apollo. He took one small step for his team.
But where did the one giant leap come, though?
It's still coming, waiting for the clutch. Well, he got the hit on clutch, so, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe I can complete that a little bit later on, but Apollo, there we go, getting yet another hit. So, gets the clutch in on clutch. Now we got Flame, Arrow, and Coach still left. And of course, the players here from Temper right behind them, just sitting over towards that western position. We got Tugboat a little bit low on health there. They've got about a minute and a half, minute 25 seconds remaining. And it seems like Exist is now getting ready to rotate up in towards zone. Several teams already sitting in that position, so we're waiting to see now where are they going to try and push up towards. You can see the players there from Spaza Six, of course, very close to their drop. We got Phoenix now just making their way up in towards zone. Dragons, well, doing the same. Up comes Shek, moving in bit by bit. And it's well, the zone is being a little bit kinder to the teams this round.
Yeah,
not 100%,
it's been way
but
kinder. I mean, this compared to what we had in the previous game, this is a lot kinder. I'll tell you who isn't being kind, though. These teams are certainly not being kind. That's because they want to knock one another out and get that chicken.
Get it. It's
oh,
smoking.
DK wants the explosion.
Oh, no. Flame hits the side of the thing there, and then... man, that was so close. Fortunately, Exist managed to get away from the first round of shots. Oh, Bob coming in with that next hit. Temper coming in with a follow-up. And then, of course, now we've got Arrow. He is the lone survivor for his team. Will he be able to get it? All the attention now turning right just here to Arrow. See, we got Gunner off in the distance there, just on the top floor. We got a drop coming down as well. Temper up ahead. Gonna be a really tough one. So Temper's already spotted out Mr. Arrow here.
Yeah, we'll see if those shots can come through now. Everyone just looking a little bit pressed at the moment. Arrow obviously just getting a bit of heals, checking to see what he can see with that scope, seeing if he can get any of those long-range hits in. In the meantime, the teams are moving down as well. Going to be heading down into that zone is the Dragons and Phoenix as well. Temper making their way in from the northeastern position as well. We've got a number of teams inside that zone, and the hits coming in from the Dragons in towards Phoenix as they're all making their way down in a big train. That blue zone also pushing up behind them, making things so difficult, and the explosions coming through as well. Yeah, DK is really happy about that one.
Oh, man. But Vibe now getting hit by Rain Gaming, or rather Rain Gaming getting hit by Vibe, and the Dragons are putting a few more hits in towards the Phoenix team, as everyone is now, of course, just trying to get up into that zone. We got Shakes and, of course, Dizzy trying to make it in. Vibe now getting hit there by the players from the eXiles as well. You can see the Dragons slowly but surely moving up the zone, of course, now just eating away at their health. Gonna be a really tough one. Blade getting hit in the process. Dan getting a quick hit in on Shakes. So, well, Mr. Dizzy here is the Lone Ranger, the lone survivor, as the Dragons are about to go down. Here we go, Dan tapping off, and, well, signs off as well. Right into the lobby they go. So, well done. Quick finish there for the Dragons. Blue zone being brutal as ever. We are now left with 11 teams.
Yeah, yeah. Fights out in the blue zone are always risky, and if you get caught out in that spot, it's really difficult to play, and you have to make the decision: do you want to try and rush in towards the safe area? Do you want to stay and fight and take your enemies down with you? Sometimes you only have the choice to take your enemies down with you, and I mean, when that happens, it happens. So that's that. The zone is going to be shifting up towards the north once again. However, going to be moving all those teams from the south up to do some serious hits, and you can see Rain Gaming now and Vibe going at it. The shots coming through. Rain Gaming going to get clapped as well. Ekasi not feeling it either. They're going to be feeling the pain more like. And the 9 teams remaining all of a sudden. So we dropped from 11 to 9 in the span of a couple of seconds. And I think a little bit more of that's going to be happening because the zone is a whole lot smaller now.
Yeah, well, I just realized that we called that one player John. And then John was like... in the chat, not the same John, but someone called John. Well, John, there we go. Here's John. So let's jump up to John. John, this is John. Pleased to meet him. There we go. Everyone making their way around. So let's see. Will Vibe now be able to get it up into a zone? We got the players there from Temper just off in the distance. Oh, John risking it, trying to get into this vehicle that we've got in the red zone. Temper rolling up, making a quick entry there. We got the players from Spaza Six, of course, just off in the distance. Oh, John about to get knocked by the zone.
Not John.
And now it all starts. There we go. We had yet another vehicle explosion, which is always fantastic to see. Temper blew something up. That's what I saw. They got someone with that kill. I couldn't see who. I just saw the explosion in the kill feed.
There's a lot of stuff happening right now. I mean, right now, eXiles and Odyssey are going at it. The blue zone's coming up, so eXiles are going to win that fight. Looks like they have already. Vibrant rolling up. Temper's just in front of them. Stable's going to be taken out as well. The team's getting knocked out by that blue. Just absolutely tough times all around. Temper going to be capitalizing on that blue zone pushing up. Helios trying to make it in as well. We've got 5 teams and 13 players left in the 200-meter zone.
Well, let's see what's going to happen here. Will Berserk be able to get some hits in? Well, he gets 1 or 2 into Mayo. Oh, but several more now get returned right to him. He's trying to move up the hill. We got the players from Temper down the hill. We got the eXiles behind him, and Mr. Flacco says, well, thanks for coming. Off you go. Lobby it is. Now we are left with the players there from Temper, the eXiles, and the Outsiders.
Yeah, and I mean, all of these teams are looking pretty thick. Both of them, Temper and eXiles, have 4 players, and the Outsiders have 3. Now the hits are coming through from the eXiles in towards, it looks like, Outsiders and Temper. So the shots actually flying in from all sides, but the Outsiders are the only ones in the zone at the moment. Temper putting them in towards MG, going to be taking him out straight away, making things a little bit difficult for him now. Losing players bit by bit. How is this blue zone going to treat them? Not well, I should think.
Man, that's a tough one. Let's see. Will Nos make it in? He's so close. Oh, no. Off he goes. Now it's up to Shady. Well, the only team in zone at the moment is the Outsiders. So Suave now just trying to come in. Seems like he's made it up in towards that zone. Nukes and Cheddar both getting taken out by the zone. Oh! Andrew with the hits, though. I mean, the Outsiders just putting in hit after hit. Well, it is now a 1v3. Mr. Suave here up against the Outsiders. And as we've seen, the Outsiders are absolutely just out for blood. They want this chicken. And I mean, they've put up a fantastic performance so far. Well, let's see, maybe they'll be able to get it. I mean, they can't be sitting in zone once again.
At least. At this point, it should be relatively easy. They've got the player advantage. They should be able to utilize their zone advantage as well. And I mean, when you have both of those things going for you, I think that's pretty much done and dusted. It's going to be almost impossible for Swave to get anything done here. Maybe he takes down 1, but as soon as that happens, the Outsiders 100% trade, or they just stop him from getting into the zone, at which point the blue zone will take him out and it's done and dusted. So unless he can pull off some sort of miracle play, I think it's pretty much over.
Yeah, well, let's see. We got a full team of 3 just lying in wait, waiting for Suave to step into that zone. It's gonna be so close. Someone's gonna spot him. Oh, well, unless of course the blue zone catches up with him as he does right there. So let's see, is he gonna give his kill up to the blue zone? Seems like it might be what he's trying to do. Because we've got the whole team there from the Outsiders.
Yeah, there it is. That too much. You can't fight the blue zone at that point. It's way too deep in.
Well done. So the blue zone landing that finishing blow there, but of course the players from the outsiders get themselves that chicken dinner coming in there with their 5 kills. We got the Exiles finishing off with 7 kills. And then of course we got Temper coming in 3rd place with 6 kills. Just going to scroll down the side here so we can see the placement for the other teams. So, well, one thing that I see is there's quite a few zeros as we go down the list here. So we've got a few teams really putting in some work, putting in quite a few shots, which is great, as always. But yeah, I think it's making it quite difficult. And one thing that's really good to see is like it's never consistently the same across the zones and the maps. We always, you know, there's the orders ever changing, especially in the Pro Series, which is absolutely fantastic to see. Means that the competition is as stiff as you can get it without using so soft or something like that, you know. So absolutely fantastic. No, it was lame, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good to see the competition at a level where things are constantly changing. Everyone's battling for the position, and all the teams are showing that any one of them could make it to the top at any point. A lot of it just comes down to situations and then how you react to it. And I mean, a lot of the situations that these teams find themselves in aren't really things that are 100% practicable, you know, like for instance that previous zone in the first map, there was I mean, there's no ways you can prepare for that. That's just chaos, you know. Everything goes crazy. But I mean, with the fact that you could see, I think it is the Dragons down in like 12th place, they came away with 6 kills, which shows you know the kills can come in and you could still go out early based on just the things that happen. Unfortunate situations can happen. That's just the name of the game at this point, you know. And it's just really the fact, and that's why we have so many maps as well, you know. You just got to play them again and again. The teams get a chance to prove themselves time and again, and well, they're doing that. So yeah, a good way to start things off, and I'm keen for the next one.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, so that it keeps the competition pretty stiff and pretty tough, and you know, so the team that wins at the end of the day, they got there because they legit won, you know, not because they camped it out or whatever the case is, you know. So yeah. Absolutely fantastic.
It's always consistency.
Yes. Consistency. Speaking of which, we need to get into the 3rd match. So, well, we're going to jump on into the intermission. You can listen to some jams while we get everything prepped and ready in the background, and we'll bring you right back into match 3. Here we go.
But it's not okay. Whatever, can I walk away? Oh yeah. Can still see your face. So tell me what to do, 'cause I can't find a way. Baby, please just tell me if I'm fine. Tell me if I'm baby, please just tell me if I'm fine. Just tell me if I'm fine. just so new.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our clouds when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Cause you got me holding. And I'll be running, possessed by a lone low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on a full moon. And we're stuck in a la la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Play me like a bass guitar, simmer down and mash me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drive me around in your red Ford, shivers down my spinal cord. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't
What's up, guys? Welcome back. All right, so we are getting ready for our third match to get underway. Whew, I was stressing there for a second. I thought I had it on a wrangle still.
Well, that would have been fun.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, so there we go. So the teams are all in the lobby. Everyone busy making their way around. So hopefully we're gonna have another interesting one for this one, for this third round. Seeing where the teams are all gonna go, where they're gonna move to, and well, as per usual, let's get in, show you the team names, who's where, and then yeah, we wait for that flight path to come.
Yeah, definitely looking to be an interesting one. I think they're a little bit warmed up now here on Miramar, so maybe we'll see them playing some more active gameplay, but who knows? I mean, at this point, really, who knows? It could be anything. We've seen some crazy zones here today, so I would be surprised if we got another one. But we have seen pretty much a bit of both worlds. We've seen the easy zones, we've seen the difficult ones. So, yeah, there's no telling what we're going to get, but hopefully it will be nice and competitive, and we'll see lots and lots of action in the final Miramar map for the night.
Yeah, well, as you can see, that flight path, of course, not taking us all the way there from Val Del Mar and heading over to just north of Impala. So, well, a more southerly flight path for this one. So let's see where the zone's going to take us. Maybe, you know, down towards the south, maybe up towards the north. No one knows. It's going to go either way. We will find out in due course where the zone will, of course, then be taking us. And either way, teams have some pretty good options as to where they can drop down. You can see the Dragons and, of course, the Natural Killers already making their way. We got the team from Gun also now heading off. House of Anubis. We got the players from Spaza Six heading out. Out comes Rain Gaming. Who else? There we go. So the players there. And now from... well, I don't have my list. There we go. The eXile's heading out as well. We've got Exist heading off. There we go. So everyone's slowly but surely making their way out. You can see Odyssey also on the way. Out comes Reluctant, as well as the team there from Phoenix. We've got Blink. We've got the Outsiders. We've got Exist. Yeah, no, this is definitely going to be a very interesting one.
Yeah, hopefully so. I mean, at this point, you know, what we saw last time was we saw an intention for some of the teams to try and go out, spread a little further. And I mean, you can already see the teams moving a little bit north. They want to explore out into the reaches there. They want to get up there. But the issue is that if the zone does what it did last time and goes all the way down to the south, that means the players are going to have to just turn 180 and just go right back in and try and fight. And it might just cause a couple of issues for some of the teams. And actually, it looks like it's going to go all the way up towards the northeast. So that does mean the teams will have to be doing the hiking just the other way around now. So all the teams that landed there towards the south are going to have to make their way up. And, well, I'm just seeing it happening right in front of my eyes right now. Just potential bottlenecking, maybe some gatekeeping. Definitely a lot of chaos as the rotates come through. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to some fights.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, we might see a few potential fights, of course, here between the players from Odyssey, Vibrant, as well as the team there from Reluctant, as all three of these teams drop down right here in Los Leones. And, of course, we've got the players there from Rain Gaming, just on the outskirts of Picado, where, of course, we've got the players from the eXiles. We've got House of Anubis up in Chumacero. We've got Gun over in Monte Nuevo. The Dark Dragons rotating up that western side. The Natural Killers all the way down in Val Del Mar. We got Temper all the way up in San Martin, making their way around over there. We got Phoenix in La Bendita, Ekasi up there in Impala, and of course the players then from Blink and the Outsiders. Ooh, there we go. Fairly close together as well. So we saw both those teams now just rotating up in towards that section, and it seems like we saw them there in the previous round.
Yeah, it's interesting setup we've got going here. Obviously, that flight path having been more southern, like you said, definitely making the spots that the players have dropped quite interesting, because now we've got quite a number of teams towards the south, quite a lot of them packed down in that southern spot, and a lot of them have to move up, so all of them have to move north. And now the players have sort of a choice to make. You can try and move your way on around and make a very big circumnavigation going all the way around, maybe towards the west, before you actually make your way into the zone. And you can see the Dragons are actually choosing to do something very similar. They're going all the way up there, probably one of the safest rotations that you could make here. But I mean, a lot of people, a lot of teams really like to get in as quickly as possible, and a lot of that means taking direct route over into the zone itself. And if you know, even if half of the teams towards the south make that decision and go up, then they're going to be running into one another. They're going to be potentially rotating into the same spots. So that opens the door for a lot of fighting to happen, a lot of potential chaos. Luckily, Miramar's a big map. There's plenty of space to move up into. So, you know, there's lots of maneuverability, at least. It's not as punishing. But, I mean, as the zone gets smaller, it's going to get a lot more difficult.
Well, the one thing that is punishing so far is Mr. Squeak, or Mrs. Squeak, rather, over here just putting those hits in, getting that first hit in. I think it was Chris that got taken down. You can see Staples now moving up. We got Coco just off in the distance there. So, well, the players there from Spaza Six already taking a few hits early on in the game. Rain Gaming really turning up the heat on them right there. Let's jump over to Staples. Yes, it was Chris that got knocked and thirsted. So they are now left with 3, that being Coco, Staples, and of course Berserk. Ooh, they are now just pushing on up right in towards where, well, Squeak is. There we
this
go.
is going to be really interesting. This is Reluctant, Odyssey, and Vibrant, all in a very similar spot. So some potential for third parties could come in from Vibe as well. And yeah, there's a couple of interesting things going on here. So we've got Rain Gaming and Spaza Gaming just to the west of Los Leones here. You can see also 3 teams inside of Los Leones and then a couple of surrounding them. But all of the teams do eventually have to move their way on up. So some fights need to start happening here. A couple of teams need to get knocked out before they have a bit more freedom to move and then make those rotates up.
Oh, Matrix taking several hits there, getting knocked out by Coco. So let's see, will Squeak be able to put a few hits into towards Coco? Yes, gets the knock. Beautifully done. Nice. Let's see, will Squeak be able to pull off yet another one? There's 2 left, so 1 down, 2 to go. Shots now flying up straight towards Squeak. Got some smokes coming out. Let's see, will Squeak get this? Uzi at the ready, suppressor on. It's game time.
Yeah, I like my Uzis with suppressors as well. Definitely my go-to choice when it comes to that particular setup. We'll see if it comes out clutch. We'll see if we can put those hits in. Smoke's being popped here for Rain Gaming so they can do a little bit of sneaking and squeaking. We'll see if those shots can come through and maybe some team wipes. We'll see some teams go out early. I mean, it's been a hot minute since we've had a good fight, so I'm rearing to see one.
Yeah. Well, you can see the team here now, of course, from Spaza Six, really trying to find those hits right over in towards the team there from Rain Gaming. But Berserk now just moving off, trying to see if he could maybe potentially find a vehicle. So they might try a different approach here, maybe try and rotate up. There we go. So they're rushing up into the vehicle that Coco's got. Will they be able to make that escape? Or will they get hit? You can see Squeak now sneaking up right behind them. Here we go. It seems like they are heading off into the sunrise. But the shots now coming in. They're straight from the players from House of Anubis. Oh, Coco! Fex blowing that vehicle up. Oh, beautifully done. Great job. Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
The man who likes his explosions.
Yep. That is definitely what you'd call some explosive action there between the teams. And as you can see, we've got a few teams already managing to rotate up into the safe zone. And a few teams still about to make their way on up. As you can see, Odyssey on their way. We've got Reluctant still there in Los Leones with the team from Vibrant Exist. Now just rotating out of Impala. And of course, the House of Anubis team slowly but surely heading up towards where we have Rain Gaming. And of course, now the Natural Killers heading up just through La Dralera there. So, well, let's see. Will the House of Anubis team be able to get some more hits in? Well, yeah, they are putting a few more hits in towards the players there from Rain Gaming, Apollo, and Matrix now getting hit in the process. Ooh, SKS action. Vex here with his SKS.
Yeah, this is pretty much the only point of contention that we actually have at the moment. Everyone else is moving up into zone relatively comfortably, getting the way up in there. We have Spaza 6 moving up. Vibe is there in that general vicinity, but they might just go straight past them. That's not too much of a risk. At the moment, it's really just House of Anubis and Rain that are fighting their between themselves before they want to rotate up.
Now we'll Storm just storming it up right into the players here from Rain Gaming, putting in hit after hit. And of course, you can see Genesis and of course Squeak managing to make their escape. Just dashing on up in towards Picardo there. as they trying to escape the shots coming in there from House of Anubis, but reluctant also now just moving in the next team to be the targets there for House of Anubis. You can see Baker and Smitty just rolling on up. Ooh, and this terrain is of course well pretty deadly
right here. Right in the center of the zone, we have Outsiders and Temp actually going at it, and the shots from Outsiders look to be enough to wipe out one of them. So that's actually Flako, who was right there in the middle, gone down. Temp a bit spread out, so not all of them are gone, but they won't be able to support any of their teammates. So that was a nice quick movement from the Outsiders there, wiping him out. And it looks like Rain Gaming and House of Anubis are going to be moving their fight. So Rain Gaming just going to be moving up through Picardo to rotate into the zone. House of Anubis hot on their heels, as we have seen for quite some time now. We have Temper moving up in towards Hacienda del Patron as well, where Gun is currently situated. The rest of the teams making their way into zone, plenty of space. They're going to be, fitting in there pretty comfortably. No issues there. Now we just wait for that zone to get smaller once again and see where the teams have to rotate up to.
And Gun already opening fire right here over towards Shady. I was expecting them to do exactly that, which is well, why we were still hanging around over here. But the shots now flying back and forth there. They've stopped momentarily as well. Temper now just trying to figure out which way around to go. Are they going to move on up? And it seems like they are. Well, once Shady stops bumping into the stuff, off they go. Shady and Nas now making a quick dash further up in towards the zone. Mayo is, of course, you can see already in there. We might very well see them moving up towards the Outsiders, which is where they took out Mr. Flacco.
Yeah, I mean, they do have the information that the Outsiders are there just because of, Flako going down there. So they could rotate up there and attempt to take some revenge and maybe get themselves into that compound. It's a really nicely situated compound as well, relatively central. It's sitting very nicely. So they could go for it. Of course, they would have to take a bit of a risk. But I mean, Tempo aren't really one to back down. So maybe they will take it. Who knows? But the rest of the teams are making their way on up. Reluctant actually going to be caught there in the red zone as well. And some explosions from... and some flings as well, it seems, going to be happening across the board. So, yeah, nice and christening the match. Thanks for that. It's nice and official.
Yeah, no, that was Odyssey just signing it off for us there. Thank you so much. So, well, there we go. The match has been officiated. Thank you. Nothing better than having those flings happening. And we're waiting to see now where these teams are going to move up to. As you can see, Odyssey now just quickly getting those reses in. Getting everything ready once again so they can move on up. But we have the team from Blink now closing in right here on the Outsiders. Well, in fact, they're just passing by. But let's see. Are we going to see some shots from Andrew now flying up over towards them? And the potential is there. I almost said potato, but let's see what will happen.
The potato is there. Well, maybe they can make some chips out of it. Who knows?
Yeah, everyone will chip in.
Yeah,
will they be able to get
damage.
those hits? Yes. We got
Chipping
Luffy
away
and
the
the
HP.
Sonini right there. Got Juicy and Superior off on the edge. Ooh, Andrew. Exposing himself ever so slightly there. I mean, if Superior and Juicy were keeping an eye on this in this direction, they could very well have spotted Mr. Andrew. Ooh, is that a wise decision to be making? Rolling up in the vehicle right in front of Mr. Andrew that we've seen now put in several damaging hits.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is. The players weren't really looking in all the right directions, and I mean, I can't blame them. It's a tough spot to be in. You got to make your rotates. You got to decide what is you want to prioritize. You can either sit there watching the horizon for endless hours, or make something happen. The team's obviously deciding to make something happen, but that still means that we have Blink and the Outsiders somewhat close, just across the road in two separate compounds. They could potentially put the hits in or disengage if they choose to do so. We've got a couple of teams hovering around as well. Of course, we have Gun and Temper just over there in Hacienda del Patron. We've got the Exiles just down towards the south of that as well. So we've got some heavy hitters all sitting in very similar positions. So potential for some big boy fights over there. We've also got Odyssey as well as Ekasi just off towards the east as well. So they could be putting in the hits. Exist also making their way on in. Most of the teams relatively comfy inside the zone, waiting for it to get a little bit smaller before too many hectic things happen. We still got 16 teams, 59 players left. So we're waiting for the real numbers to start dropping here.
Yeah, well, it hasn't dropped at all yet. The team's still sitting on 16. So this is going to be a crazy zone once these teams start catching up with each other. And, well, A lot of the quote unquote big boy fights are gonna start happening soon.
Yeah, hopefully. That's what we like to see.
Ah, Sunny putting those hits in, but Grim gets the knock in on Sunny. So let's see, will Ekasi now continue pushing on? Will Odyssey now just rush on up? Up comes Vindog, Grim, and Sidon, as well as Supreme. There we go. Oh, that drop also not too far away. Just there on the edge. Sunny going down. We got Reaper, Frieza, as well as Jasmine now remaining for the Ekasi team. Will they be able to survive the onslaught here, as everyone is now trying to move up? Everyone from Odyssey side.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a couple of teams really closing in on one another at this point. Odyssey, of course, here with Ekasi, definitely could start encroaching, put those shots in. We've got Ekasi up here in the buildings, just occupying it across the way. So we'll see if they can start putting those hits in. You can see everyone's just getting a little bit antsy here, waiting for the angles to present themselves, waiting for the teams to show up. We'll see if those hits do come on in. In the meantime, of course, that zone has rotated all the way up towards the north, which is going to force the players upwards. And, well, I foresee many shots being shot. Many shots being fired.
Yes, that is what we'd hope for, you know. Unless, of course, we've got some freak red zones coming in or something like that. But, well, let's hope that we're going to see some shots now between the two teams here, Ekasi and Odyssey. But it seems like Odyssey, you know, moving all the way back down that hill, getting up in towards zone. Ekasi just chilling up here, waiting till the coast is clear, which it seems to be. No shortage of vehicles here, as you can see, of course. Off they go.
Yeah,
Odyssey now tapping off a quick few shots. I don't know at what, though. But maybe they were just, you know, warming up their barrels.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to tap off a quick few shots just for the sake of tapping off a quick few shots.
Or they might be heading up right to here. We've got the players from Blink, or the eXiles, and now Odyssey joining in the fun. Let's see what will happen. Whoa, look at that shot from Juicy. Just sneaking it on up right in towards Zane.
It's a party.
Ooh, the outside is also here. No, this is definitely a party.
Yeah.
4 teams right here. Down goes John. John there from Vibrant. Oh, look at the hits. So Vibe putting the shots in towards Odyssey. No?
Phoenix?
Where was that? Yes. Sorry, blanked out for a second. So much action happening. So many teams just here. As you can see, we got the eXiles, we got the Outsiders, we got the players from Blink, we got Odyssey. Grim taking a few hits in the process. Now let's see, will they be able to continue the fight? Vindog popping a quick one off in towards Cheddar there. Oh, there we go. Oh, and he gets the thirst. Well done to Sidon. So Odyssey taking them down. Several teams now moving up. Man, there's so many of them in the zone. We got Vibe, Phoenix. Well, everyone. I'm not even going to try and call out all the names because everyone's here.
Everyone's here. Yeah, I mean, it is a party. Everyone's here. Everyone's been invited, and they're all showing up. You can see quite a number of them moving in from the south. Phoenix and Gun down there. We've got Reluctant and Spaza Six down there as well. Just off to the east, off to the west, we've got Temper and House of Anubis. We've got the players there from Blink and Odyssey still close by, still taking a bit of shots towards one of the Outsiders right slap bang in the center of that zone. Just towards the north of them, we've got the Natural Killers and the Dragons. Just down from there. Then, of course, towards the east, we've got Exist and Ekasi just off to the side. Now, the shots coming through in towards Odyssey at the moment, and Temper also taking some shots as well.
Well, this is definitely some long-range shots coming in. I mean, just look at the distance. You can hardly see those players rendering in. Well, that's also on the spectator side. But, you know, it's still an insane distance. Titan reaching all the way across there with that 8 scope. So some fantastic shooting. I mean, taking into account how far it is.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. Oh, and we've got a new zone getting chosen as well, and it's going to be falling all the way in towards the center, which is going to force the players in once again, get them up nice and close and cuddly, get those shots going, get those barrels heated. We'll see. We'll see what the new zone brings.
Ooh. Let's see. Will Titan be able to get this one in? Supreme now just trying to move off. Well, a lot of hard cover right there for them to utilize. Let's see some more movements now coming in there. Can't see the player's name rendering in just yet. Oh, but it is the remainder of Odyssey. Oh, beautifully done by Titan. I mean, there we go. See? Crazy, crazy shooting. Phoenix now rolling up as well. Let's see, will Titan go at it? Oh, more hits. Asta getting taken down there by one of the players from Blink. Dizzy now moving up. That Mini 14 doing its work today. Oh.
It is absolutely insane that we still have 16 teams in this lobby.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. These teams are they're survival masters at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely agree with you on that one. Well, there's so many shots just flying up in all directions. You can see the players there from Blink battling it out with Odyssey. We've got Ekasi over here trying to move up onto Blink as well. And then, of course, the, well, Exist and the Natural Killers battling out. We've got Phoenix moving in from the eastern side there. Oh, this is going to be so packed. Once all these teams just get up into the zone, we're going to see a lot of gatekeeping as well.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's crazy that the first team just got knocked out. We're like 4 or 5 zones deep already, and with the first team finally getting sent back to the lobby. But the shots have not stopped, of course. As you said, the zone moving in, the shots will continue. Everyone's now rotating on up. We've got 3 teams to the northwest, 4 of them to the northeast. We've got tons of them moving in and tons of shots being fired.
I know, it's absolutely crazy. As you can see, the zone, of course, now moving in. The players there from Phoenix just trying to outrun the zone. We've got the players from Ekasi, of course, now just ahead of the zone. Let's see now, will they capitalize on this? Yes, they're putting the shots in towards Phoenix as they caught out in the blue. Will they be able to make it? Everyone are moving up. There we go. Oh, it's so tough. We got Exist also just off in the distance. There's shots flying up from all directions. Natural Killers putting in several hits. We got the Outsiders right there as well. Oh man, this is so crazy. Just look at the hits. Vibe getting hit as well. 14 teams now remaining. Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. Oh. Yeah, this is... Let's jump up into that, well, onto the western side where we've got Gun, the players from House of Anubis, and of course the Dragons. You can see them all now just busy moving around. Rain Gaming putting a few shots in towards Temper. Outsiders hitting it up with Exist. Everyone now just trying to get on up into zone. But some distance yet still to cover to make it in. But will they make it up? Ooh, Vibe getting it taken down in the process. And, well, of course, the players here from Ekasi still trying to get in right behind the team there from Blink.
Oh yeah, this is nuts. This is crazy. So many teams trying to move in. I mean, this is the result of these teams being survival masters. It does mean that the chaos comes in right here towards the end as the teams are making their way on in, just absolutely putting those hits across. Blink taking some shots. Phoenix up towards the north. Natural Killers just above them. We've got Outsiders there as well, just putting the hits into the south. We've got Temper, Exiles, and Reluctant, and the shots just flying off towards the northwest as well, where we've got the Dragons, House of Anubis, and Gun who are also taking those fights. So everything's just going absolutely crazy. Phoenix taking the hits as well. They're going to be sent out. This is insane, man. We still have 9 teams and 30 players remaining, and this zone is like 400 meters.
And the Outsiders just putting the hits right up in towards the Natural Killers. You can see the team from Reluctant just over towards that southeastern position. We got Temper moving in from the south. We got, well, Smitty and company just putting some hits in towards the Exiles as they are also now, of course, trying to make their way on up in towards the zone. You can see Sleepy here trying to tap off the last few. Smitty moving up. We got MG and Zane trying to get ready. That blue zone closing in slowly but surely, nearly shifting up once more. 9 teams still, 29 players. Mayo gets the bomb onto the team there from Gun. Oh. And we got that shift coming up as well, moving in right down. Oh. Man, this is going to be so tough. Just look at the hits. We got the Dragons trying to rush on up in towards zone. Gun just up ahead of them. We got, well, Temper and the Exiles putting off hits in all directions. Oh, there we go. Come on. Oh, and a lot of third-party hits coming in as well. You can see the Outsiders just trying to get involved. The Dragons putting some hits into Gun. The Outsiders putting hits into them. Dragons going down. We are now left with 6 teams. Slim is the last one left there for Gun. And of course, we've got a lovely drop coming into play as well. Vibe now trying to move up. The vehicle, of course, now smoking quite a bit. not on fire just yet, but reluctant putting in hits as well. Now let's see who is going to get it. The players here from Temper in a pretty good position. Oh, there we go.
Ooh, those shots are really flying now, and they're really feeling it as well. That blue zone moving on in is going to make things difficult. We've got Blink and Reluctant here off towards the east, taking the shots at one another, and the hits really coming in, but ultimately it is going to be Blink that come out on top of that one, leaving us with 5 remaining teams as Slim for Gun is trying to make his way out into the zone. We already have Temper and Outsiders right there, so some serious battling could be going on there as Slim tries to make his way, and it might be too late for him. The Exiles in towards the south, moving in, trying to just secure their spot in the zone. Things are about to get even more heated, if that's even possible. The shot's now flying up. Slim going to be taken out. Now Outsiders move up towards Temper.
Oh, we got those mollies flying up. Andrew once again stepping up, putting those hits in. Everything riding on Shady now. Let's see, will he be able to get it? Ruslan Andrew moves in, takes down Temper. There we go. 2 teams remaining now. Wow. It is now Blink up against the Outsiders, and you can see the team here from Blink now just moving on up, trying to take full advantage of the shots that they heard going off just now. And, well, maybe they might even be able to get in on time and still get the Outsiders while they are still fairly low on health.
Yeah, it could be a good decision, or it could cost them everything. We'll see. As, well, Isanini and Luffy just trying to make their way over the rise of this cliff, could potentially be moving up into quite a number of crosshairs here, as Outsiders are also dancing back and forth over the crest of this hill. We'll see who manages to come up first. Looks like they're getting a little bit aggressive. The shot's not coming through. Andrew going to be putting them in. Can Blink hold on to this one as the Outsiders move their way over? It's going to be close.
And it's definitely going to be close. I mean, we got Juicy just on the opposite end. They're trying to provide some cover fire just to suppress the Outsiders enough so that the remainder of the team can, of course, now start moving in. But you can see Sunini trying to move up Andrew right there on the right peak. Oh, it's going to be so close. If one of these players just peeks for a little bit too long. Oh, just like that. Andrew putting the hits into Juicy. Luffy now jumping up into the blue zone. Not particularly ideal, but this might very well be the end. Sunini now moving up. The last remaining player for the Vibe team. Oh, Andrew. Oh, down they go. What a finish. Outsiders getting that chicken dinner. Andrew coming in with 8 kills to his name. And of course the team finishing their play off with 14 kills. So beautifully done there by the Outsiders. We got Blink finishing off in 2nd place, coming in with a very nice 9 kills. And of course the players there from Temper finishing off in 5th, well, with 5 kills, with 3 kills. Yeah, never mind. 3rd place, 5 kills. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to be. Whatever.
Numbers.
And then
the numbers,
yeah.
Mason.
Yeah, the numbers today. Whatever.
Yeah.
The numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
okay.
I was going to say that was a tough last fight right there. I mean, damn. We had the Outsiders and Blink, and Blink had a really good hold on that one. As soon as Juicy went down, because he was holding, like you said, he was holding across the way, making sure that Outsiders do not get it too aggressive over the hill. As soon as he goes down, it was basically over for Blink. Their whole structure falls apart. They can't move in. The blue zone start to push them up, and they went straight into the crosshairs of the Outsiders. So wow, yeah, that was a nice way to end off our 2nd Miramar map for the evening. So yeah, nice and spicy.
Yeah, I mean, but Andrew was just an absolute beast, though. I mean, there was moments where I thought that Andrew's definitely going to be the one that's going to get a hit. And, you know, it turns out that he's the one that's doing the work. So, I mean, absolutely fantastic performance there. Definitely one person to watch out for would be Andrew. Because, you know, he's doing some crazy work there. So, yeah, but beautifully done there to the Outsiders. Well-deserved chicken. And, well, yeah. There we go. So let's head on up into our 4th round.
Break?
Yeah, quick break first and then the 4th round. Yes, there we go. All right. All right, here we go. See you guys back in a few.
'cause there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days I'm not myself, there's no one I can turn to. All the feelings that we shared are in the past. Your relationships are never meant to last. All the feelings that we shared are in the past. Your relationships are never meant to last. It might take some time, but I'll be alright. I'm moving on, moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. I'm moving on, I'm moving on. Moving on, moving on.
Won't you take me to that place? Take me to that place. Won't you take me to that place? Won't you take me to that place? Won't you take me there, man? Because you said enough, you said enough, you said enough. Because you said enough, you said enough.
White lies, blurry lips, sweet as poison. Fell ill from your kiss. I got drunk off your demons. One sipping, I'm lovesick. Built a
Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Getting into our fourth round, not the last one for the evening. We got one more coming up after this. A quick replay of one of the matches for last week. But either way, we are getting into the fourth one. Yeah, it's been a long evening so far. We still have 2 games to go, this one and the next. But yeah, we are back on the Erangel map, so it is definitely going to be quite interesting to see what these teams are going to do, where they're going to drop, where the zone is going to take us, hoping for that southern zone to come into play. You know, and then, well, yeah, we'll see how it goes from there. So without much further ado, well, let's head on up into the game.
Yeah, well, we've had these teams warm up already, so they've played Erangel, they've played the Miramar. Now we're back on Erangel, and hopefully we will see some nice movements coming out there. Some more aggressive movements, perhaps, coming out from these teams. Definitely, the potential is there. We want to close this one out nice and quick. You know, I want to go to bed at some point today.
Sleep is for the weak.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
There we go. Oh, what a nice flight path that is, though. Taking us across the Yasnaya in towards, well, just north of Primorsk there. Sorry, not Quarry. Primorsk. So, yeah, some pretty good spots for the teams to drop down into. It looks similar to what we saw in that first match, kind of, in a sense.
Don't say that. Don't say that. I mean, yeah, it definitely gives us some nice accessibility here. They're going to be able to drop wherever they like. But, I mean, if we see a repeat of that first map, oh, boy, these players are in for one heck of a game.
Yeah, no, definitely will. So, yeah, let's see how heck of a game this is going to be. And where the heck these teams are going to go. And who the heck's going to get that chicken? Yeah,
we'll just have to wait and see. Teams now heading out. They're going to be able to drop pretty much wherever they like, except for the military base, unless they really want to go there. You know,
heck yeah.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Heck yeah.
Anyway, so we got the Natural Killers doing a nice split up there, going towards Stolben, Kameshki, which we've seen them do before. We got the team from Exist now heading up in towards Severny. We got the players there from the Exiles heading up in towards Pachinki. The Outsiders and Vibe going for their usual spots. So apparently I'm told by Mr. John that his name's not John, but it is in fact Pounds. Here we go. So this is Pounds, in case anyone was wondering. Mr. John, as I called him previously.
I mean, it doesn't look like Pounds. It looks real.
It's calligraphy.
Yeah,
or
of
hieroglyphs.
Course.
Yeah.
Yeah, how could I have missed something so blatantly obvious?
Yes. But either way, the teams are all still busy making their way down. As you can see, we got the players there from Phoenix heading up all the way into that western side of the map. So they are our most westerly team at the moment. And of course, as you can see, we got several teams, of course, now spread out across this map here. We got Rain Gaming in Lopovka. We got Gun at the shelter. Strange to not see them at the quarry, but it's good to see them change things up a little bit. We got a House of Anubis, of course, busy making their way around over there in Farm. And as I mentioned, of course, also Exist up in Severny. We got the players there from Spaza Six moving around, well, to the south of shooting range. We got Temper and the Dragons in, well, South George. We got Reluctant close to Gatka. Ekasi not too far away from them either. And of course, Blink all the way on that, well, coastline of the main island. And I think that is pretty much that. Did I miss anyone? No. Hey, got everyone.
Yeah,
So Mr. Flacco seems to be moving up slowly but surely, and Ekasi also getting close to Reluctant.
Yeah, we'll see if those fights start to break out. Obviously, since that zone is all the way in the west, all the teams in the east will eventually have to make their way on up, but not before they potentially put their feelers out a little bit and start to have a look and see where those teams are, where they're coming through. we're seeing some pretty relevant drops, some pretty normal drops coming out from a lot of the teams there. So, you know, the likes of Temper, whatnot, going into their normal spots. Yeah, I mean, we're basically nothing really crazy happening. No double jumps. You know, we're not seeing any players land right on top of one another at this point. So, you know, yeah, I mean, we're just waiting to see when the fights start to break out. Of course, we do have Ekasi somewhat close to reluctant, but generally speaking, most of the teams relatively well spread out for the moment. So it's only really on any sort of rotations that we might start to see the action start to happen.
Yeah. You can see Hunter now here, of course, just trying to pick up the trail. Whoop, yep, there we go. He got it. He's on the move. Reluctant on the roll, just up ahead of him. So let's see, will Hunter start hunting? Or is he just going to stay there? Yep, no, he's doing push-ups. There we go. As one does. Yes, push-up time.
Of course.
You can do it. He's getting ready. See, Hunter knows there's a crazy fight on the way. You know, you can just they can just feel it. You know, it's like he picked up on that scent, getting ready for it, and now it's just like, you know, game time. It's on. As you can see, the players here from the outside is of course already also on the move. We got Mr. Pounds, aka John, just up ahead there, right behind Gunner. So up comes Bob now, moving in. Let's see what will they do. Will John be able to? Not John. Will Bob catch up with the Pounds, aka John, or will they just keep on rolling on up?
Oh boy, we really got a lot of names thrown around the board. Yeah, but yeah, we'll have a look and see what happens. Of course, see Bob just making his way on. But it looks like Zane is actually going to be feeling the heat there.
Oh, that's funny. You see, Zane just got blown up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zane, but it's funny. No one even around him. It wasn't even red zone.
It's funny to see how happy DK gets when he sees things explode. It's great. He becomes like an exuberant child, like, yeah.
Yeah, but that was funny. I mean, that was funny. Yeah. Zane, I don't know how you got that right, buddy, but what?
Yeah, that was crashed into the wall or something.
No, he was walking. There's no vehicle near him. There's no vehicle, no red zone.
Yeah, that takes some skill. That's like some next level skill right there.
Maybe it popped the fuel can or something.
Yeah, or maybe he just accidentally tossed a nade. Who knows? Slip of the finger, you know, the nade goes out, and suddenly you find yourself getting kaboom. In any case, we're going to be having a look and seeing the teams moving up there. You can see Gun just moving in. The House of Anubis just below them, so they could potentially start bumping heads there towards the east as the rest of the teams are making their way on up. You can see on the map here, they are rotating on in, and the Gun is uncomfortably close with House of Anubis here. We'll see if the shots start to fly off momentarily. Then we've got a couple of teams in the middle of the zone as well, so that's good to see. Some nice centralization going on as usual. We'll see the fight happen there as well. Now we just wait.
Ooh. Yeah, well, we just saw Mr. Pounds there getting shot with a sleepy shot all the way there from Sleeper, from Reluctant. Some great shot coming in. A bit of a difficult approach though, but hey, Gun and House of Anubis going at each other here. So I'm busy choking on peanuts. Oh, look at this go, putting their heads into Pronto. Oh, Pyro coming in with that finish. Well, and the rest of House of Anubis, of course, now just rolling off into the sunrise, as you can see right over there and beyond the distance. And well, the remainder of the teams now slowly but surely making their way up. Ekasi putting some hits in, some hearts in. Oh, whatever. It's been a long evening, but Sunny now going at it. You can see Hunter and Jasmine also right there. Freezer just holding up in that compound all the way in the south. And well, the Vibe team now in the trenches. They're digging it. You can see out there. Having a bash. Oh, look at them go. Up comes Six and Nova. Gunner and Pounds. Pounds, in comparison to John, sounds a little bit like, I don't know.
Yeah,
makes more sense for John.
You've got John Wick, which sounds, you know, legendary. John's astronomy. You've got Pounds, and it's like, Pounds of
well,
what?
But there's also Wick in that name. You see, it's like B,
Oh yeah,
SD. So
Yeah.
John Wick.
yeah. John makes more sense. Any other
Yes.
argument is irrelevant.
Yes, it's a wicked name. But anyway, the Natural Killers now also moving up to join the party. In fact, a lot of teams just cramming on up into this central part of the zone. We've got a reluctant Vibe and Ekasi. So let's see, will Hippo be happy or what are they going to do? A lot of movement. Anything can happen at this point.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's true. Anything could happen at this point, and hopefully the anything that will happen is lots of shots heading in towards these teams because they're moving, like you say, all the way up into the central point. You can see them moving on in Natural Killers. We've got the Blazer from 5 and Ekasi and Reluctant. We've got Rain Gaming and the outside is moving up. We've got Temper moving down as well. So there's a lot of teams heading in towards that party right there in the middle, and hopefully it's going to be one heck of a party. We'll see some parties hitting the floor, as it were.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's what it was. I heard that song playing in my head, but I just didn't feel like doing the growl part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, seeing that I'm already joking on a few things, but it's fine. That would just kind of worsen the situation, but either way, the Natural Killers now. Ooh, never mind, Rain Gaming right here behind. Oh, down goes Matrix. Saw that bullet coming, he couldn't dodge it in time. There was a glitch in the Matrix, and down he goes. Let's see, we'll make it. Yeah, we'll sneaking up top, trying to get that res in, and looks to be successful in it so far. Apollo and Genesis, of course, just holding up here. Sunny and Frieza putting those hits in. Vibrant moving up, gaining some ground rather.
Yeah, and that zone is actually rotated slightly off to the center of the remaining landmass, which means that all the teams that were sitting in the middle there are still going to be inside that zone. We've also got Gun moving up as well with the outsiders there, so we've got a lot of potential action happening in the center there. We've got a couple of teams around the perimeter as well. They're just moving in. Nothing too crazy happening on that part, but definitely in the middle, the shots are absolutely flying. You can see Gun and the outsiders going at it just off to the southeast of the position where all these teams are centered around Gatka, so definitely lots of potential action just waiting to happen, just waiting for these teams to start putting this hits in.
Well, the outside is about to get ahead as the Gun team now starts pushing in, but Andrew, we'll see what he's going to do. Bob gets taken down there by Nerf. Let's see, will Niger Prince and Rasta. Oh, there goes Andrew. There we go. What a play. I mean, if you wanna put the hood on up into the outsiders, you gotta get Andrew first, which is what they did. Well, first they got Bob, then Andrew, but yeah. Well played.
Yeah.
Well played. Now it is up to Mr. Risk and Slim. Oh, will they get it? Will they get it? A lot of dancing. Oh, Nigel Prince is the last remaining player. But Odyssey are also now rolling on up into the area here, so he's gonna get lit. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Odyssey just putting those hits in. So Gun, Odyssey, and the outside is now having a little bit of dance. Ooh, there we go. Let's see who's gonna get it. I mean, Prince could maybe clutch it. No, he blew it. Or Grim blew it. Off they go. Well done. Odyssey with a nice aggressive push there, but Gun still alive, still in play, putting the hits in. Will Odyssey now get the assault going? They try to get it. Oh, Slim gets the hit on Supreme. Down goes Risk for everything riding on Supreme now. So, Sidon sneaks up around the corner. Catches him. Cats him. Puts the shots there in for him.
Yeah, the cat's out of the bag, as it were.
Yeah, puts for him in the lobby. You got the players there from Rain Gaming now moving up right behind Ekasi. The Natural Killers engaging with the players here from Vibe just on the side. Let's see, will 6 be able to clutch it out? With 6 and Pounds. Oh, there we go. Down goes Pounds, is up to 6. Hippo moving in. So close, one more hit to go. One more hit. Oh, come on. So close. Who's gonna get it? Oh,
That was difficult.
what? That was crazy. What a play. Fantastically done. Now let's jump back over towards Ekasi. They're coming in with a bit of a third party here, but getting shot in the butt. DKGaming sneaking those hits in from the southern angle there, while they are, of course, focusing their attention. By they, I mean Ekasi focusing their attention over towards the natural killers, who just got hit, and also just hit. But that was pretty well done. I'm just rambling off now, but whatever. In any case, the teams are all moving in. People are still shooting at each other. That is what we want to see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's basically what happens here. You know, the players move in and they start shooting at each other. Hopefully, that is the name of the game at this point. You know, it's sort of expected. So hopefully, we see a little bit more of that. The action, obviously, playing out a little bit in that central area around Gutka. The zone, of course, has just started to come in. Blues are just pushing the teams in. They're all mostly inside that zone. Ekasi now taking some fight with GODSENT there. The shot's still coming through. Natural Killers could potentially push down and get some hits in of their own here. The rest of the teams sitting relatively spread out across the zone for the moment. 50 players remaining, 13 teams alive. And let's see if Rain can put some more hits into Ekasi.
Oh, we shall keep an eye on them. As you can see, Hippo is Hippo. He's happy. As a happy hippo is a hippo. There we go. Oh, look at this, Sonny putting up some shots right into Rain Gaming as they're now pushing in. Oh man, that was pretty tough. Matrix putting the shot into Sunny, sending him off. Frieza now moving in, coming in with a bit of a liberty shot. They're trying to put those hits in. Will they be able to get it? The remainder of Ekasi, of course, just holding off in the distance there. Frieza and Jasmine. No, sorry, Hunter and Jasmine. Squeak now trying to sneak up. Will they get it? So close. Come on, come on. You can do it. Oh, what a hit by Frieza, though.
Yeah, he's looking to put those shots in. He doesn't want to go down without a fight, making sure that he is right here on these angles, looking up towards the players there. He can put the shots in. He's trying to spam. It's not going to land. He's going to take so much damage. He hits the floor and, well, hits the floor again. So that's a little bit of an oof, but at least his team is there to support him, now moving up to try and take out the rest of the players there. Let's see if they can finish what he started, as they are now moving their way on in. Just got to finish this team off. If Rain Gaming can hold on, maybe. We'll see.
Oh, it's going to be close. The shots, though. Hot damn. Well, Jasmine now, the last one left here for Ekasi. Shots still flying in. Oh, what a hit.
That was close. One more shot, down and out. Oh, that was a tough one. And 1 HP, trying to make the hits in, gets one, can't get the other. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, that's going to leave Rain Gaming still alive here as the zone shifts up towards the north. All the players pretty much inside there already, but a hugely packed southwestern southwestern position there. You can see tons of teams in there. We'll see if those shots are coming in. Phoenix trying to put them into Reluctant there. We even got Temp up in the mix, so we'll see who comes out on top of this one. Shake's going to be taking some huge explosion damage there. That's going to be doing some big things there. Reluctant, Temper, and a Phoenix still here, putting the shots across. We've got the Dragons and Vibe also doing the work. We'll see who comes out on top of this one. The shots go into Phoenix. They go down. Now we've got Temper and Reluctant now going at it. Just here, you can see Temper now pushing up on it towards the building here that Reluctant are just sitting up inside. We'll see if they can make things happen. A little bit low on HP. Got to get the heals back in there, but the shots could definitely still land at this point. Reluctant need to hold on to this compound for the moment, or this building at least, that they've got going for themselves. See if they can put those hits in. There we go. Alright, so let's have a look and see if Temper will be able to put the shots in towards Reluctant. We've got Smitty, Sleepy, and Titan who are taking the fight against Shady, Mayo, and Flecko. Smitty already taking a little bit of damage. Now we'll see if the shots can come through. They're fighting house to house, but Temper are slightly higher, so maybe could find a couple of those cheeky angles in through the windows, through the doors. We'll see. Reluctant, they're a little bit pinned. They got to find a way in or out potentially if they want to take this fight. They do have their cars prepped, so they could rotate out if they decide to do so. Temper looking to pull that trigger, just waiting for the opportune moment to strike at this point.
You know, this is definitely a super packed zone, and we got the players here from Vibe and the Dragons just on the top of the mountain here. Oh, yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be close. Oh, no. This chick
10
is
out of
gonna.
10.
Oh man, this is so tough. Superior, and then Dan getting Superior mid-air, taking him out right there. Wow. Well, Dan the man, staying true to his name there, getting the job well done.
That was a nice 30 seconds of DK grunting. We
Yes.
just need to go back and cap that and just use it as a buzzer audio, you know, just plug it in and we can push buttons and have a yeah, that would be quite funny.
That's okay, stop bullying me. But we got the players here from Spaza Six moving around Odyssey right up ahead of them. Oh, let's see what is gonna happen. Who will get it? I mean, that was just some crazy action. Absolutely fantastic. Well done,
Yeah.
guys. Yo.
Yeah. Well, and now we've got that zone all the way towards the east. We already got some teams inside there. We still have Reluctant and Temper off here that could potentially put the hits in. And they know whichever the team decides to rotate might just get the hit from behind. So they're trying to carefully plan their movements before they make their way up. Of course, we have Odyssey, Spaza Six. We've got Natural Killers and House of Anubis, as well as the eXiles already inside that zone, which is all the way towards the east there. We've got Rain Gaming, Reluctant, Temper, and the Dragons, who still need to make their way on in. And of course, now Dan actually just making a little bit of probing towards the compounds here, where we have the team from Temper and Reluctant. But it looks like Temper is going to start to move up quickly. They don't want to take this fight, making the smart decision of rotating out, not pressing the advantage too much. Of course, that blue zone is a huge threat. We've seen it before. They know it's moving in, so they're going to get themselves out as quickly as possible. Reluctant going to try and do the same, as now the hits coming in between Spaza Six and Odyssey, as well as the Natural Killers up there. You can see Temper, Rain Gaming, and the Dragons now all trying to move on up into that zone. The rotations coming in quick as possible. The hits also just flying between the teams as they make those rotates as they try and get into the zone.
Yeah, some crazy shooting, but of course now several teams up ahead. Oh, they're gonna crash right into Rain Gaming if they don't watch out. Or the tree, whichever comes first.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ooh, but this is an interesting one. The zone is now shifted towards the west, so it's really just throwing these teams for a bit of a curve. They have to rotate on up again, and that's really going to throw a bit of a chaos into the mix there. They're going to have to start putting those hits in. Spaza Six and the Natural Killers right there with one another to put the hits in. Of course, it's Odyssey and the Dragons very close by. You can see just so many teams here trying to get into the zone, and the shots now flying.
Yo. Let's see who will get it. Matrix and Genesis now just battling it out here. Woo.
Odyssey putting those hits in. Look at this. They're just absolutely annihilating the Dragons. They're taking them straight
beautiful.
off. Ooh. And Rain Gaming and Reluctant taking the shots now against one another. We've got Temper a little bit spread out for the distance. We've got the Natural Killers just above them trying to get into the zone. Spaza Six just above them, and the explosion going to be knocking out Smitty. He goes straight out there. Rain Gaming going to win that one out. Sleepy, the last one left. They have to make those rotates come in, though, because that zone is just up to the north of them. And the shots now from the eXiles flying straight into House of Anubis, who is just off in the distance here on your screen. Of course, you can see Spaza Six just having a look and seeing what they could see. Right behind them, though, the Natural Killers and House of Anubis still just off in the distance. They're putting those hits in, trying to get into the zone. Everyone is, well, making a little bit of crazy action happening across the map at the moment. You can see now things are happening. We've got the players here from Natural Killers just off there with House of Anubis now. Temper just off to the south as well. The rotations coming through that blue zone going to be doing a lot of damage on your screen. Of course, you can see Coco just off in the distance there right behind them. Natural Killers and House of Anubis putting those hits in, trying to play over this little rocky mountain area as the blue zone makes its way in. Could cause a little bit of a problem. You can see it is causing quite a bit of a problem and making things so difficult. The explosions coming through now. Everyone getting hit. The blue zone doing so much damage, and now House of Anubis feeling the pain. The shots are coming straight through Natural Killers. putting the hits in. House of Anubis gets wiped out. We've got 4 teams and 15 players remaining at the moment. eXiles up towards the north. We've got Odyssey inside the zone already. Spaza Six rotating their way on in as well. The Natural Killers need to make their way in as well. The zone looking very, very small. About 200 meters of space across. The eXiles already up in there. You can see on your screen here, Berserk and the rest of Spaza Six moving up. Potentially could clash with the players there from Odyssey off in the distance towards the north. Natural Killers going to be the last ones to make their way up in towards the zone. Very, very small. Lots of tight space, and the shots now coming off. eXiles putting them in. Odyssey trying to put them straight on back, trying to answer in return. We'll see if they can make the fight happen. Natural Killers still need to make the rotate on. They might just leave these players to annihilate one another to make some space in the zone. We will see what happens. But this is about to get super, super tight, super heated here.
Well, it's going to be super close. I mean, 4 teams left. Not a lot of space. It is... Now it comes down to the luck of the draw. Who can find that angle, can find those hits and just put them on up straight across. The Natural Killers, of course, not getting hit. We got Odyssey right here. The eXiles almost in the center alongside the players here with Odyssey. Just waiting to see who will be able to get those hits in. Oh, that blue zone now moving up. The Natural Killers getting caught out in the blue. You can see Vile getting taken down. Sailor now rushing on up. Oh, MG gets taken down by Coco. Oh, man. Oh, this is really, really going to be a super, super tough one. Yeah. I mean, if you've ever seen a tricky match, this is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Some more hits now coming in. So the 4 teams, of course, still there being the Natural Killers, the eXiles, Odyssey, and the players there from Spaza Six.
Yeah, they're playing around the ruins here, which is very, very difficult. You know, the cover is very blocky, so there's not very much consistency. And you can see the height advantage of the Spaza 6 team and Odyssey could potentially come in, but eXiles are doing a really good job at putting the hits in. Seriously excellent shooting from them right in the center there. But the hits now, Spaza 6 and Odyssey going at it. You can see them putting those shots across as they fight on top of the mountain. In the meantime, the Natural Killers pushing up towards the ruins that the eXiles are occupying. The eXiles looking to just answer back to that rotation in there, trying to put the hits across. Odyssey going to wipe out Spaza 6, so they get sent out. 3 teams remaining. Natural Killers now moving in towards the eXiles, trying to put the hits in. Zane and MG trying to shoot out Seller and Hippo. Juicy trying to rotate around for the flank, but is it going to be in time? It's not. Natural Killers getting wiped out bit by bit. It's just Juicy who is going to be the last remaining hope there. I think Hippo is pretty much done for at this point. Odyssey now getting pushed by that blue zone. Might just find themselves getting taken straight out by it, actually. They're going to be taking so much damage. I think they're done for. Now it's just eXiles and the Natural Killers who, well, yeah, it is just Juicy. 1v4. Oh, never mind. Blue zone going to be doing the damage. Who knows?
Well, there we go. There we have it. Yeah, sorry for the audio that's being all weird and such. I have no idea what's going on with it. But either way, let's continue onwards. So well done to the eXiles. They're getting that chicken dinner 5 kills. We also got the Natural Killers finishing off in 2nd place, coming in with 11 kills. Wow. And of course, the players there from Odyssey finishing off on 16 kills in 3rd place. So it seems like the more we move down the list, the higher the kill count goes.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Absolutely fantastically done. And of course, then let's just scroll down the side here so you can see the remainder of the teams and where they placed and what they got. But that was absolutely fantastic seeing that final zone come in. Some great play coming in there. And yeah, a really entertaining zone, I must say. Yeah, definitely some nice rotations, and we got to see some good fights. And then, yeah, like you said, that final zone looking very, very spicy. They're playing around the ruins. eXiles managing to put some really good hits in there from their position, keeping things, pretty difficult for the teams to move up. And then, yeah, that blue zone, it's really just been a menace today. You know, the team's really finding it difficult to deal with that one. The Odyssey team winning out against Spaza 6 on top of the mountain. Their troubles were not over. The blue zone comes right on in to clap them, having a difficult time to move out. I mean, at that point, the zone does
so much damage. It's really difficult to try and out heal it or anything like that. So if you're not prepared for the movement, it's going to be difficult to try and beat that out. And then the players from the Natural Killers did a really good job at taking down a lot of enemies. But then in that final zone, they try and make a rotation up in towards the ruins. And I mean, the Exiles were just holding that one down like a fortress. And they came in, they lost a couple of players, and then they had to rotate out. It was just juicy. And I mean, there's not much he could do. And even he got clapped by the blue zone. So yeah, very, very spicy stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely was. And well, yeah, we're going to see what's going to happen next in the next round as we try to move on up into our final round. So yeah, game 5 about to come in. So, well, hopefully things will run a bit smoother. And, well, yeah, let's see. We'll bring you back once we get everything ready and set up. Here we go.
brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a lover's fight without an alibi. It took my innocence without an alibi. Smoking gun, you got me on the run. We know that will come. We're out till dawn, but how can I hide it without an alibi? It's a lover's fight without an alibi. Took my innocence. I can't wait no longer. I'm playing with the monsters. Everything that brought me alive. Oh, we're all like monsters, playing with the monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a lover's fight without an alibi. Took my innocence without an alibi. Cause I don't know nobody change me now. Cause I like to be myself. If you're not agree, you can walk away. You can walk away. You can walk away. Something in my mind leads me then I ain't nobody perfect. Something in my mind leads me then I ain't nobody perfect. 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 Cause I don't know nobody change me now. Cause I like to be myself. If you're not agree, you can walk away. You can walk away. You can walk away. Something in my mind makes me then I ain't nobody perfect. Something in my mind makes me then I ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. Ain't
lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt the glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. My best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. A sooner way.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Right, so game 5 about to get underway. Woo, it's gonna be interesting. It's been a long night. 5 games already. Shoo. All right, so well, let's see how this goes. Everything seems to be all good and gravy. Let's jump on into the match and yeah, have a gander at the teams. Pretty much unchanged.
Yeah. I mean, this is basically just a bit of a recap, bit of a redo. You know, you just got to make sure everything's done and sorted and all that fun stuff. So we're going to be seeing Erangel once again, and yeah, I don't see any difference in the teams. It looks pretty much all the same. Yeah, it's pretty much all the same.
Only except for the team from Existed, it's only got 3 players in the team. But I mean, it is what it are, and here we are now. So we're 1 player short from a full lobby. But yeah, there we go. So the flight path now taking us in the northern section, going from Georgopol, heading straight over towards the Povka. So definitely a very interesting flight path we got cooking over there. So now we're just waiting to see which way around it's going to go, where it's going to go. Of course, referring to that zone, as we already know where the flight path is taking us. So
yeah. We also know its direction.
Yes, it's from the,
North George
right
to
across
Leboka,
that northern section there.
It has been a long evening.
Yes.
And we are still here.
Yeah, so well, we're waiting now to see where these teams are going to go. And then, of course, hopefully moving up onto that final part, see who will get the chicken dinner for today, seeing that Patchy is already busy with his chicken dinner.
Dude, it has been a long evening. I'm hungry as heck.
Eat peanuts, dude, so you can choke like I am.
Nah, choking on peanuts is your job. I'll stick to eating my chickens.
Well, all jokes aside, let's move on up into this flight path. You can see the dragons and the players there from Temper touching down once again over in South George. We got the players there from Blink heading on up over towards that western side. We've got Exist moving on up in towards Zaki. The Outsiders and Vibe going for the usual spots once again. We got House of Anubis and Gun now heading off in the direction of Farm and Shelter. We got Ekasi heading on up in towards the Povka. We got Rain Gaming moving up in towards the mansion area there. Odyssey moving up in towards Yasnaya. And Temper, no, not Temper. Temper's up there. There we go. We got Phoenix and Reluctant close together once again. And of course the players then from The eXiles, there we go. Event Pachinki.
Yeah. So got a couple of regular drops there, of course, Temper and Dragons, and it looks like we're going to get those fights over in Gatka really, really quick. So that's Reluctant and Phoenix, of course. We'll see how that one unfolds. Potentially some other fights to break out across the rest of the areas that could be potentially close.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, there's a lot of potential in this round. The team's putting up some great shots already. Then, of course, coming in from Phoenix, heading on straight over towards the team there from Reluctant. It's nice to see that Exist, changing. They've decided to change things up, not heading up in towards Saverni, but that zone coming in more or less towards the southern side-ish, maybe, kinda.
Yeah.
It's there. It's more of a southwestern zone.
Yeah.
Or maybe even a more westerly zone. Judge for yourself. There it is. But either way,
I think the saddest thing is the saddest thing is that half the military base is in the zone and no one's dropped there. I cry.
Oh man, there we go. So no teams getting any patchy points today.
No.
Of course, they'll get a lot of DK points if they blow up vehicles.
Yeah, we've seen quite a lot of that actually.
Not that it counts for anything, but whatever.
Well, if you get patchy points, you might just get a chocolate. Who knows?
Yeah, if you get DK points, you get DK points. There we go. Non-redeemable DK points. Just the bragging right of saying I've got DK points.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
no
if you
one's
can
keeping
find
track
me,
of.
if you can find me one day and then cash in your patchy points, then sure.
Yes. Well, good luck with that. We got the outsiders, of course, now still moving around over in Razakhan. We see the team there from Spaza Six moving up slowly but surely, heading on up over in towards what seems to be potentially maybe the central part of the zone. Where we got Smitty there from Reluctant, just lying in wait, setting up a bit of an ambush. So waiting now for the teams to start making their way. As you can see, Ekasi heading out of Lipovka, passing right past prison. Of course, we got the players there from Rain Gaming just holding up the red zone, coming in right over Pachinki, putting all the eXiles in that red zone. So let's see what is going to happen. Natural Killers, of course, going once again for their Stolber Kameshki split. House of Anubis down in Farm and Malta, or as Patchy will say, Myelta, for reasons unbeknownst to me. But there we are, there we go. And outsiders now. Andrew getting ready. Man, let's see. He's got his spine sent already, right there in the vehicle. So, you know, Andrew's ready for action.
I love how we're not even going to stop to consider how you just smoothly roasted my pronunciation and it just immediately moved on.
Hey man, that's how we do.
Ooh, some explosions. And that's of course the red zone, just clapping some eXiles.
Oh. Zane getting taken out again.
He seems to have bad luck with just getting blown up.
Yeah, I mean that is just super hilarious. Zane, well done for getting blown up again. I mean, second time again, second round. Oh, can someone please clip that? That was hilarious. MG coming in for the save there. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so we've got Gun and Ekasi now heading on up in towards the zone as well. Then we might see a few shots now actually flying up and about between the two teams as they both now heading off in very similar directions, similar locations. But Gun, of course, seems to be stopping over close to the top there somewhere. Well, there they are. They're moving on. So let's see. Ooh, Temper now getting very close here to Vibe. That is what we want to see. Yes. Oh, I just held this Vibe coming in. You know, Gunner going down. I don't know where I was going with that. Sounds stupid, but whatever. Bounds getting hit. Will he make his great escape? Maybe.
Yeah. Well,
oh,
no,
no. It's not a great escape.
Pounds gets pounded. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And we got Coco and the remainder. Well, yeah, Coco just moving up now, putting some hits into what is left of Vibe and Temper as they move on up in towards the distance there. Shots now flying back. And, well, the team here from Spaza Six coming in. Chris now having a quick little bit of a jog. Shady and his teammate, of course, now just moving up. As you can see them now closing in on Mr. Bounds here. So Shady and Nos, up they come. Blacko now joining them. Yeah, no, it's going to be lit pretty soon. Those shots, of course, now flying off again. Let's see. Mr. Mayo.
Yeah.
Putting those hits in.
Yeah, I really like how the teams are really getting very centralized these days, just getting towards the center of the zone and really just fighting around in it. I sort of like that occurrence. I like that that's happening. They're sort of getting in there, they're getting themselves set up, and then they're rotating towards the middle. And even though they're not getting right into the center, because that might just be taken, they're getting very centralized, getting close. The fights can happen. They're in a good spot for the rotate. You know, even when the zone comes up, they're in a good spot. So yeah, I'm really liking this this new rhythm that we've got going in these games here. We'll see how many teams move up and start the fight.
Nice shooting by Coco there. Getting hits in, and then of course Flacco comes in and says, how you doing? Puts those hits right back in. Deity and Berserk now, of course, about to join on up in this fight. In they come. Let's see, will they get anything done? So Deity just pulling in. Up comes Berserk. So this is probably going to be crazy. Let's see. Here we go. Ooh, shots are flying up right over towards Deity. Deity taking a few hits. Berserk now just holding on up right behind the tree here. Let's see, will Temper be able to tap any more hits into them? Oop,
I mean,
all right. Sorry?
He was looking for it, but yeah, I don't know if taking the fight against Temper here is the greatest idea, especially considering you're slightly down in terms of manpower. So I think retreating here is probably the best option. They're not going to push the fight too much. I think that's probably for the best. Rest of the teams are rotating in. They are very much centralized here, which is, like I said, a very nice thing to watch. But we'll see where the next zone lands, because that's really going to give us a good inkling of where the fights are going to start to break out when those rotations come in. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah, well, we definitely will see. As the teams are, of course, now, as you said, they're making their way in. Whoa, Odyssey closing in on Reluctant. Let's have a gander. We'll have a propaganda.
Indeed.
Right, as you can see, they're just off on the side, so it looked much closer from up here. But either way, whatever. Getting some Murmur tricks happening here with me now. The Natural Killers are rolling on up in towards that Pachinki area, getting close to the eXiles. So we might see a few shots coming in from that side. We've got Gun also just up on that hill, just over towards that southwestern side, the House of Anubis. Over towards the southern side of Pachinki. So yeah, let's see. I mean, there's a lot of potential now. The zone has shifted up as well. Let's see, where did it... No, okay, so the zone is still there. Alright, never mind. Well, 2 minutes 40 to go until the next zone shifts. Zane avoiding those explosions for the current time being. So far, so good.
Yeah, that zone shift was very bland. It didn't go anywhere, just went straight slap bang into the center, which means that all the teams remain in the center. But that's sort of a good thing, because that means more fights happening out here in the center where all the teams are sort of located. So, I mean, Spaza Six is moving in. They're surrounded by the eXiles, Temper, Natural Killers. The Outsiders even moving down. The Dragons are moving in. We've got Ekasi as well as Gun off towards the south moving in as well. So we could see some serious fights start to break out now.
Yeah, well, let's see how this goes. Gun right here with Ekasi. Gonna be close. Ooh, Hippo gets the bomb in on Deity. Berserk gets blown up, so just like that, off they go. The Natural Killers are putting hits into Temper. There we go. Of course, Gun closing in on Ekasi. Let's see if we can spot where that is. Oh, so Nos seems to be the last one left. Frieza just got knocked out here by Gun. You can see Sunny now rolling up, trying to get that res in. Hunter also right there for some backup, as well as Jasmine. So let's see, maybe they'll get it done. Dum dum.
Yeah.
Ooh. Shady gets taken down. What? Oh, I nearly thought the Temper just got wiped. That was so... Ooh, that was so close.
Yeah, the Temper's still remaining. They're fine. They've got plenty of teammates there. It's just one. But yeah, the same can't be said for Ekasi here, who's getting hit pretty hard as they move in here towards Gun. So they might just be on the back end of something. Hunter going to go down in the meantime. Dragon's going to be going at it with the natural killers as well. So there are those fights that we're looking for.
Yeah, no, we've definitely been waiting for these fights to happen, and well, the teams are definitely delivering on that front. As you can see, the shots now still flying up from Ekasi's side. Oh, let's jump over to Nos. Nos putting in some shots. Flacco also right here on the side, trying to get on up. Oh, you can just see the carnage there. Flacco now getting hit in the process. Vile just tapping away. Mayo and Nos now falling back. Oh, the natural killers going at it as well. There goes Sela getting hit with that shot there from Nos. Odyssey and Reluctant also going at it. Gun and Ekasi going at it. Everyone's going at it. Who will get themselves them chickens? Well, Exist is the only team that is kind of safe at the moment. There's a big mountain in between them and the other teams, so no one can really see them. Not that they could really see that far, but either way, here they are. There it is. Let's see, will they get those shots? The Dragons, of course, here now, slowly but surely trying to sneak on up over towards the natural killers. You can check and Nero. That doesn't really go too well together. Yeah, at least they weren't in Pachinki, because that would have been a lot of shush to get out there. But whatever, there we go. Shek, Nero, all of them just moving about here, slowly but surely trying to find the angle there on the natural killers. As you can see, Sela, Vile, and Juicy just up ahead. And of course, the natural killers were trying to put a few shots in towards Temper, but ooh, look at this. Yes, the ooh that you were talking about.
Yes, the ooh that I was talking about. House of Anubis rolling up there towards Ekasi to try and put some hits in. Yeah, so there's the oohs. Let's see if they can put in some more of those oohs. And potentially get some more R's as well.
We'll see who gets it.
Yes, indeed.
It's just Jasmine and man, whatever. I'm just gonna... Oh. You know, it's been a long evening when I'm starting to fumble with the players' names, and Gun putting some shots in towards Jasmine. So Jasmine trying to hide away from House of Anubis, and then Gun just sends a quick one off.
You are
pretty good observing coming in. What? Don't do a Liam Neeson impersonation. Go,
no, isn't that what the James Bond? What was his name? Pierce Brosnan or something like that.
Yeah, that one.
No, well, it was Sean Connery. It was Sean Connery.
Yes,
that's what it was. Yeah.
Either way, whatever. Jasmine now, the last one left for Ekasi. We got House of Anubis now trying to move in. Oh, free fire, runs out of ammo, and Mr. Fix comes in and just, you know, fix it all up. But now, Gun still putting those hits in, trying to get those hits into House of Anubis. This Storm and Fix just up ahead. Risk and Nerf now rushing up. Let's try and get on over to them. Ooh, they're risking everything with this rotation. Will they be able to get it? Well, not really. Just Risk and Nerf here. Ooh, off they go. Are they going to rush on in? Maybe. Here we go. Risks. Up he comes. He comes.
Yep, the shots are flying in. And the zone is actually also rotated. So this is very, very spicy.
Hot damn.
Hot diggity dog. Gun.
Yep.
House of Anubis. Shots. Zone. Southeast. Spice. Alright. Well, the shots are coming in now. Slim's put them in. House of Anubis looking pretty on the back end of this one. Nerf putting the shots in. Pronto going to go down. Everyone's taking the hits pretty hard at the moment. House of Anubis trying to return it. It's Storm taking down Gun. Nerf going to be getting hit pretty hard, but ultimately House of Anubis not going to be able to hold out for long enough. Too many players down. Gun just pulling out the hits really, really quickly. Going to put them straight into House of Anubis, take them out. But now we do have Odyssey off towards the south. We've got Reluctant to the north, and the Dragons looking to move in as well. Could potentially get caught out by Odyssey off towards the western side of that zone. As I said, did go all the way down to the southeast, which is quite a difficult one for all these teams to rotate up into. That means the northwestern portion of the zone going to be pretty heavy at the moment. Outsiders moving past Gun, taking quite a few hits of their own as they try and move past Temper as well. So the shots coming through to try and just capitalize on that rotation from the outsiders who are moving to the drop. Maybe could get some some spicy equipment out of there. We've got the eXile sitting right in the middle of zone. Towards the south, we've got Blink and the Rain Gaming. And now we've got Temper putting the shots across towards the outsiders. Of course, we did see the outsiders moving right in between Temper and Gun, so their position is very much known here. We'll see if that gets capitalized on. In the meantime, the Natural Killer's putting it into Reluctant, who are off towards the north end. The Gun actually trying to put them across towards Temper as well. Odyssey moving in just behind them, so they do need to be very careful about that. And we're just going to see how this unfolds.
What the hell? I guess I'm not going to spectate Vindog because every time I try and leave him, I get just flung up into the ocean. But either way, whatever. Here we are. So Odyssey now still, as you mentioned, trying to move on up in towards Gun. Slowly but surely moving up. Also now putting a few hits over towards, I think it is the dragons that we have off in the distance. Well, no, well, that's really far away.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they're not shooting at the dragon. Well, that maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was a fly on the screen or something. I don't know.
Well, the dragons are moving in towards Phoenix down in the southwest, so they could potentially start fighting down there. But in the meantime, it is Gun and Odyssey putting those shots across to one another. Reluctant is off towards the north as well, so some shots could come from that side. Temper also off to the side as well. We have seen some shots getting exchanged in that direction as well. So, and the zone shifting up towards the west is going to mean that Temper, Gun, and the eXiles as well as the outsiders are all inside the zone. And the rest of the teams have to make their way on up in there, which is going to be quite an interesting one considering we still have 44 players remaining.
Ooh, had a bit of a wheelie there from Shek as he's trying to move on up with his UAZ pulling up right behind the players here from Phoenix. Let's see, will they be able to get that hit on them? So close. Come on, Nero. Yep, no, he looks super excited. Throws a grenade and then has a bit of a jump. Oh, there we go. Tiny moving up. Let's see. Come, Shakes. Let's go over to Tiny. Oh! Jetta also getting hit in the kill feed. That's what we like to see. Nero. Oh, there he goes. Nice. Tiny putting in some great shots there. Using that Uzi the way it's intended. Oh, up comes Hulk now. Blade and Dan.
Yeah, they're in a tight spot. Phoenix have the upper hand. They're on top of the hill. The shots are coming in. Oh, Hulk actually going to get hit. So some good precision accuracy coming out from Dan there, putting them in. Hulk goes down. Tiny still trying to put them in. Meanwhile, eXiles and Blink going at it. But Phoenix being relentless here against the Dragons. They don't want them to continue. They want to keep these thirsts coming. Let's see if Blade and Check can make it happen. Blade running up. Now the shots coming through.
Yeah, and I mean, Blade just ran on straight up into those shots from Shakes. That was a really, really tough one. It seems like the eXiles just took out the place from Blink.
Yeah.
While looking at the kill feed and the team count that just dropped.
Yeah.
So well done, well played. Blue Zone now catching up. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Nope. Shake is not gonna make it. Just a wild guess, but I don't think he's gonna make it all the way.
Yeah, we've seen this a lot, actually. We've seen a lot of teams going for sort of fights or rotations and whatnot and not really thinking about the blue zone. And that blue zone comes in and just does so much damage.
Oh, wow. That was a tough one. Man, Rain Gaming just rushing on up right into Vibe. Yeah, they could not survive that one. Well done. Well played. Well, 8 teams left. We got Phoenix now trying to outrun that blue zone. Coming in bit by bit. We got the Natural Killers also now just going at it here with Temper. Temper, of course, up on the hill. We got Juicy now, the last remaining player. Silla getting knocked out in the process. Who's going to get it? The Outsiders now trying to roll up. Phoenix putting some, or getting hit rather by the team there from Odyssey. Tiny goes down. Who will make it? Oh, Nos with the grin though. Oh man, that was insane. Yeah, we've got some spicy stuff going on here. Odyssey trying to just capitalize on Phoenix's rotations, and they know they're low, so definitely a good spot to really start to take the shots. Phoenix obviously taking so much damage from that blue zone, and the explosions coming through. The shots from Odyssey are going to be absolutely damning.
sending them right back to the lobby. 7 teams remaining, and only 3 of them inching into the zone. We've got the Exiles, the Outsiders, and Rain Gaming inside the zone. We still have Temper, Natural Killer's Gun, and the Odyssey team who needs to rotate up. You can see Odyssey doing that right now, moving straight on up into that zone. Temper now moving down, could potentially come face to face with the Exiles. Natural Killer's now moving around, could come face to face with Gun. Odyssey moving in, getting a couple of hits across from Rain Gaming and Outsiders as well. So we'll see how this pans out.
Yeah, Matrix doing some great shooting then. Odyssey not getting hit by the Exiles coming in. Oh. Wow. Sounds like a tennis match, I know.
Yeah, it does. It does actually.
Let's jump up here to Flacco. He is pushing on up right towards the Exiles. As you can see, Zane just up ahead of him. So Zane's already been blown up once. He's now just avoiding that. Oh, Flacco trying to move on up over towards Zane. Will he get it? Come on. Oh. Oh. Mayo and Mayo and Nos not trying to move on up. Will they get it? Outside is putting the hits in towards Gun as well. Damn.
Yeah,
this is lit AF. Oh, the Outsiders. There we go. Well done. Well done. Squad wipe. It's not done up on the hill just yet.
No. We still got the Outsiders putting their hits across. We have Temper and the Exiles playing on top of the hill, looking for one another, trying to put the hits in, but they do have to worry about the rest of the teams. And this zone has moved all the way to the south, where Rain Gaming and Odyssey are situated, which means that Temper, Exiles, and Outsiders need to move their way down. But they're sitting right next to each other, which makes it difficult to rotate. So they're going to have to be really careful about how they do this.
Oh, come on. It's going to be close. 3 teams just in. Oh, nice shot there by Nos. We got MG just rushing on up into a zone. Zane coming in with the nade there. What? Wow. Mayo now trying to move up, trying to get that res going. No, never mind. Screw the res. Just goes on up in towards the zone. Zane now also doing the same. Leaving Cheddar and Nos behind. Odyssey and Rain Gaming now just going at each other, just ripping it up. Better. Shots all over the place. Oh, there we go. Mayo getting taken out by MG. Cheddar getting claimed by the zone. The Outsiders now getting hit by the team here from Odyssey. Ooh, there we go. There we go. Outsiders, so you're either trying to move on up. Andrew just there. And nope. Ooh. Off he goes. He gets blown up. Yeah. Right on up into that lobby. Well done. Well done.
And now we have 3 teams remaining, that of course being Exiles, Odyssey, and Rain Gaming. Exiles with 2 players remaining, Odyssey with 4, and Rain Gaming with 3. So it's a 2v4v3. But Exiles are already inside the zone, so it's Odyssey and Rain Gaming who need to make their way on up. But the zone is tiny. I mean, it's less than 100 meters just about. This is going to be a difficult one to make their way into. I mean, the numbers advantage are really going to have to be utilized here by Odyssey and Rain Gaming if they want to get in.
Yeah. No, we'll see what we'll see what they do. 20 seconds left until the zone moves up, and you can see the Exiles now just trying to relocate in that zone. Just trying to find better positioning, and Vindog now getting hit in the process. We got Grim Sidon also now moving up. We got Supreme holding off right there at the end. I don't know, maybe trying to get a sneak shot in from somewhere or whatever. We got Squeak, Matrix, and Genesis also right in place still there, as you can see. Smoke's now dropping out central zone. Genesis in zone, so we're waiting for Matrix and Squeak to come on in. Odyssey, Vindog, and Sidon. Also the blue zone now moving up. Supreme now trying to outrun that blue zone. Let's see, will he be able to make it? Oh, gets the hit in on Matrix. Nice sneak attack. Oh, the shots now just flying in.
Ooh.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
Oh, this is such a tough one. Odyssey just barely ahead of that zone. The Exiles looking to leverage it. Zane putting the hits into Sidon. Oh, Odyssey don't make it. Now it's Squeak and Genesis against MG and Zane, and the shots, they have to come through now.
Yo, that was crazy. Now we got, now it's just Genesis and Squeak up against Zane and MG.
Yep.
Oh. So Genesis not trying to move on up. Let's see. Squeak just there on the side as well. Who's gonna get it?
Genesis, might just get
very
him.
well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This could be spicy.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh! 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 And there we have it. Beautifully done. Rain Gaming coming in, getting that chicken dinner, putting them shots right there into MG. And of course, Rain Gaming going out with 5 kills in chicken position. We got the eXiles finishing their play off on 11 kills in second place. And then, of course, Odyssey finishing off with, well, 8 kills in third place. So well done, well played. Ooh, also look at that. Temper finishing off in 5th place, coming in there with a very, very comfy 11 kills. So that's pretty nice. Well done, well done. Well, in fact, well done to all the teams. I mean, that was quite the performance, quite the show that they had put up in that one. But yeah, that was absolutely insane. Okay, so I'm not. Let me just read through the results because I just realized I changed over without going through them. Just in case something goes wrong. Wait, let me just. Let's just go through it like that. There we go. All right, so we got the Outsiders in 4th, Temper in 5th place, Gun in 6th place, the Natural Killers in 7th, we got Phoenix in 8th, we got Exist in 9th place, we got Vibe coming in 10th, Reluctant in 11th, the Dragons in 12th place, we got Blink in 13th, House of Anubis in 14th, Ekasi in 15th, and then of course the players there from Spaza Six finishing off in 16th place. All right, sorry, just had to do that just in case, you know?
Yeah. No, a spicy game pretty much from start to finish. A good way to end off the evening. I mean, it has been quite a while, so thank you to all the people who are still with us and just enjoying the show. It has been a pretty spicy. We did see a nice way to finish it off on Erangel, a very insane final zone, actually, very damning. We've seen the blue zone do a lot of damage this evening, very hectic. And you can see Odyssey getting caught out by it, you know, trying to get those rotates on, just couldn't make it in time. eXile's MG actually did a really good job at holding down the fort there with that with the buggy right there in the middle of the zone, just putting those hits across, really keeping them alive for as long as possible. But ultimately, Rain Gaming coming out there on top, finishing things off. A nice little sneak from Genesis, I believe it was, who came right up there, just caught them completely off guard. So yeah, nice and spicy, and well done to all the teams.
Yeah, very well done. Very entertaining day, in fact. Yeah, so thank you so much to all the teams for participating, obviously. But yeah, thank you. It's really appreciated. You guys put up a fantastic show. Hope the viewers enjoyed it as much as we did, even though it's been a pretty long one. But yeah, we have now come to the end of it. And we shall see you guys back on Monday when we get on up into the Open Series Finals. And then next Wednesday will be Pro Series Finals. So some exciting stuff. Yeah, Open Series will be trickling down from 4 lobbies down to 1 lobby. So yeah.
Yep.
Some hot stuff on the way. Yes, sir. But anyway, okay, so I'm gonna shut up now, and we're gonna head on out and well, call it an evening. And well, yeah, there we go. So once again, thank you so much everyone for watching, for sticking around all the way around, and yeah. I'm gonna shut up. Bye.